Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Modern Realty Results, Kent Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and the Skinner Law Firm.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Privileged.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Martinsburg High School for this EPAC showdown between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Both teams come in at 1-0 on the season. The Bulldogs with a 27-2 win the other night against East Hardy. Hedgesville a 14-3 win over Highland. We now welcome you into the broadcast booth. I'm Nick Verzolini. Alongside me is Avery Newport and Tripp Tobin. And, guys, it's a rivalry game. Always intense between these two rivals, Tripp.
Always intense, yeah. I was talking to Coach Baller and Eric Grove down there. It seems like the tables have turned a little bit from last year when Hedgesville returned a lot of seniors and a lot of players and a lot of experience on the varsity level. And Martinsburg was kind of young this year. Just like it happens in this level when you graduate out 7 or 8 seniors like that. Tonight, Hedgesville is going to be starting 6 or 7 young men that doesn't have a lot of experience at the varsity level, as opposed to Martinsburg, who's going to be starting 6 or 7 young men who played all last year at the varsity level.
And Avery, as we know, this is a team that doesn't have a ton of pitching returning, and pitching could be a big story tonight, as this should be a close game between these two teams.
Right. I mean, you look at Martinsburg's home opener on Wednesday, and, it was a 27-2 win. Their offense was firing on all cylinders. And Hedgesville is really going to have to find a way to get their starting pitching to slow down this Martinsburg offense. Again, they scored almost 30 runs. Granted, against East Hardy, a single-A school that's still kind of growing their program. But either way, the Martinsburg bats have gotten off to a good start this year. Hedgesville has to have a good game plan about how to slow that down tonight.
And both teams highlighted pitching when I spoke to both head coaches. We'll hear from them in just a few moments. You look at this series between the two teams since 1994, 95 total meetings. Martinsburg winning 55 of those 95. Hedgesville winning 40. Last season, the Bulldogs won 3 of 4. And as we know, Martinsburg won the game to eliminate Hedgesville from the states and win the sectional championship. So that might carry over a little bit tonight. I mean, obviously it's a new team, but those players know what happened, and they know that it sets up a big matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Hedgesville cannot get that taste out of their mouth of seeing Martinsburg hold up that sectional trophy on their home turf. Martinsburg went in there last year on the road, had to win 2 games, did just that, won in extra innings, both one-run ball games. And, I was there at the game, you guys were there at the game, and at the end of the game, you look around, you see the Hedgesville young men, especially the graduating 7 or 8 seniors, just sitting in the dirt, and you seen Braylon Connor and Riley Bubb, and those guys just felt so terrible for their seniors, felt like they had let them down. So you're going to see, Riley, Bubb, and Connors, they're going to take this game serious. They know what it means to get off to a hot start, especially in the sectional, and what that means later down the road if they want to host that sectional, championship once again. Starts tonight.
We'll take a 2-minute break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs. Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Hedgesville Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Hedgesville Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 7 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Tiffany Morton, Endocrinology. Dr. Zangeethan Parampanathan, Family Medicine. Dr. Heymanth Pillai, Hospitalist. Dr. Lauren Rover, Pediatrics. Dr. Ahmed Samor, Hospitalist. Doctor of Nursing Practice, Kelly Shothius, Urgent Care. And Dr. Levi Stevens, ENT. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Avery Newport, Trip Tobin here on the broadcast. Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer. Donald Kinney, our cameraman. And back in the studio is Colin McLaughlin. This is the Cody's Body Shop countdown to first pitch, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. We'll now go into our coaches' interviews. We'll start with the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler. What were some things that you kind of took away from that win?
Well, first and foremost, it was just good to get on the field against another team in a competitive setting. East Hardy was obviously a little bit down, but I thought our guys hit the ball over the field. I thought we threw strikes, and I thought we played good defense. So when you do that, you have good results.
Hedgesville tonight, a team in the EPAC. First of all, what's it like to, only second game in, have to face a quality team and a conference team? Obviously, this one won't matter as much as the ones later in the year, but it's a good way to set the tone for the conference season.
Yeah, I've said before a couple years ago that I don't like how the EPAC schedule is made up with us having to play them the first Friday every year. I don't understand why we can't push it back a little bit. And although it is only March, it's still meaningful because, people are going to look at your sectional record when they vote for the coaches' vote. So just like every game, we want to win. And when you put the jersey with the Eagles on the other side, it makes it even more special, and we want to win it even more.
And last year, you guys eliminated Hedgesville to head to state, so obviously they'll probably have that in the back of the mind, even though they're kind of a different team this year.
Yeah, they're much different. I think when you look at last year's lineup to this year's lineup, we're a lot of the same, and they're a lot of different. But I don't think that matters when we face each other. I think it just comes down to who's starting pitching, who gets better starting pitching, and who gets the most timely hits. And it's always fun. I think there'll be a big crowd out there tonight, and we're really looking forward to it.
What do you think this rivalry means to your team and you as a coach?
Well, I think it's just a rivalry amongst the two towns. When Martinsburg and Hedgesville play, they could be playing badminton, and I think everybody gets excited and would come out. And I think it means a little bit more. Martinsburg and Hedgesville kids kind of play together growing up in the youth leagues, so all these kids know each other, and it'll just be a fun environment, and I know all our kids are really looking forward to it.
What will be some things you'll need to get out of the guys tonight to get the win?
Well, I think Joe Paulson needs to go out and establish himself early. He's had a tendency of having a rough first every now and again. I think he needs to go out, throw fastballs, pound the zone, and I think we need to score first. I think if we can score the first run, kind of set the tone, kind of get momentum going our way, then hopefully it'll be a good night for us.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight. Coaches' interviews brought to you by Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for a fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233. We'll take a 30-second break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from Hedgesville head coach Eric Grove.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park, and now we'll hear from head coach Eric Grove. Now joined by the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Eric Grove. Coach, started the season with a win, 14-3. What were some things you took away from that game, and what do you think will kind of be what motivates you guys heading into this one?
Well, I think we should be motivated by last year, and just at the beginning of the year, we need to be off to a good start. The other night, we had some good moments. We had a lull in the middle of the game where we got distracted and did not continue to put our foot on the gas. Can't do that against good teams or you're going to get beat. Defensively, we're pretty good. So we just got to get a good start on the mound tonight, and I think we'll be right in the game.
Obviously, Martinsburg knocked you guys out last year. How much does that carry over, even though it is a new team kind of for you guys this year compared to losing a lot of seniors from last year?
At the same time, it's an EPAC game. You want to win. And, as far as last year, I think there's a couple kids that were here, but most of pretty much a brand-new team. So I'm hoping that they take the good parts of what they've done in their past playing days, if it was on JV team or even as not getting a chance to play at the high school level yet, just take it in stride as learning experience tonight, and tough place to play against a good team, so we got to be ready.
What does this rivalry kind of mean to you? Obviously, Hedgesville, Martinsburg, it's huge in every sport. What does it mean to you and your team?
I mean, I've been at this a few years now, and it's really been, one year was lopsided in our favor, and one year was kind of lopsided in their favor. So it's a rubber match year, I guess. We got two different team build-ups as far as that goes, but I think our kids are hungry. I hope they're excited to play, and I think we'll take it in stride tonight.
What do you think you'll need to do tonight in particular to get the win?
Throw strikes, handle the runners that are on base, and we need to hit with runners in scoring position, maximize your run chances. I think defensively we'll be sound, and if we can get a good start out of Lane on the mound, get some bullpen work, because nobody's going to throw a complete game this time of year, I think we'll be in the game.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll take a 2-minute break. After that, we will wrap up the pregame show, as this is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009 or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Avery Newport, and Trip Tobin, as we will get into our EPAC Roundup, brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Over 120 years combined experience as accident, injury, and disability lawyers. Go to Burke, Schultz, and BurkeandSchultz.com or call them at 304-263-0900. We play hardball. Avery, what do we got going on this week and around the EPAC?
Well, tonight we've got a couple of baseball games in action besides the one here tonight at P.O. Faulkner. Musselman travels to Spring Mills in another all-EPAC showdown. Then Jefferson will travel to Virginia to take on Highland. Those are the 2 baseball games in action tonight. Then in softball, these 2 same teams will play today as well, Hedgesville and Martinsburg. Musselman will travel to Spring Mills as well for softball. And Washington softball is in action this evening. They will play a doubleheader today against Oak Glen. So those are your EPAC teams that are playing tonight on this Friday.
Sounds good. And then our weather is brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. It's 70 degrees and sunny this evening in Martinsburg, and not a whole lot of wind. A slight breeze as we get ready for another beautiful day in March. And now we will take our final 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll get to the starting lineups. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Play ball! The pregame is over, and we're ready for today's opening pitch and the play-by-play. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Cody's Auto Body, Laddie's Bar and Grill, Trips Flooring, The Mortgage Center, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, The Heffley Motor Company, The Palace Lounge, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Milestone Realty, and by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers.
So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Trip Tobin and Avery Newport. And we'll get into your starting lineups brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsflooringfloorsanding.com. And Trip, what do we got for the starting lineups?
So for the visiting Hedgesville Eagles, leading off, #1 playing center field is going to be Gage Gano. Your shortstop tonight, #12, Braylon Connor in the 2 spot. Batting third, playing third, is going to be Riley Bubb. #8, Jackson Ruest is batting in the cleanup spot, and he's playing right field. #2, Hayden Kimball in left. Following him will be #27, Mikey Nichols playing first base. You're going to have in the 7 hole your pitcher, #16, Lane DeLauder. He's not being DH for tonight, so it looks like he'll hit for himself. Batting 8th and playing second base, Chris French, #6. And doing the catching, #21, Yadnael Riviera, Sammy Sosa is what we have. To round out their lineup is #28, Daniel Thomas, #13, Tanner Matthew, #24, Connor Quinn, #11, Ian Wolf, #4, Owen Benchoff, #7, Trenton Canarium, and coaching the head coach for Hedgesville is going to be Eric Grove. He'll be assisted by Mike Quinn, Tony West, Nicky Brown, Derek Snyder, Scott Budka, and Curtis Miller. And for the home team, Martinsburg Bulldogs, we're going to have, it appears to be playing shortstop, leading off, #3, Hudson Clement, and playing left field, batting second, #4, Landon Sifford, and playing right field and batting third, #14, Isaiah Morris. Playing first base, doing the cleanup, #27, Caleb Edwards. The DH in the #5 spot is going to be Jacob Zittle. He'll be hitting for pitcher Joe Paulson. Jacob Zittle's #18. Playing third, #10, Michael Lupus, following Zittle. Rounding out the lineup in the 7 hole is second baseman, #5, Carson Buber. In the 8 hole is going to be your catcher, #8, Matthew Osanovich. And then in center field, #7, Jordan Canby. I need their subs, excuse me.
It's all good.
I have to get Martinsburg subs for you here. And so the substitutes, rounding out the bench is number 2, Keegan Everhart, number 6, Logan Wilt, number 9, DJ Triggs, number 11, Trace Spar, number 12, Ben Reisenweber, number 15, Christian Alter, number 23, Walker Hall, number 24, Braden Oviedo, 25, Isaac Grove, number 33, Eric King, and number 34, Victor Mercurio. Head coach for the Bulldogs is Aaron Byler. He's assisted by Bo Bartley, Zeke Grossinger, Marvin Buzzy Jackson, and also Coach Cooper in the dugout there tonight.
All right, so we got a little bit of time, it looks like, as the JV game might have went a little bit longer than originally expected. These two teams, as we mentioned, coming in at 1-0, both with wins on Wednesday. Martinsburg a dominating win, but not really much you can take away. I mean, East Hardy's a single-A team. Obviously, having a down year, they're very young.
Yeah.
And it's hard to really say, well, Martinsburg's going to dominate the EPAC just because they beat East Hardy 27-2.
Yeah, no doubt. East Hardy is not a great gauge, for a AAA team like Martinsburg that's returning, 7 of their 9 starters from last year. Tonight we'll see kind of where they stand in the EPAC. And again, to speak in Eric Grove there before the game, he understands that the tables have turned a bit since last year when they beat Martinsburg 5-0 in the first Friday night EPAC game, when they were sort of the favorite to win, and Martinsburg was the underdog. So Hedgesville did win 5-0 last year in the opening game and seemed to take control, or at least at least take on the role of the EPAC. At that point in time, they thought that they may, have the number 1 seed, which I believe they ended up getting in that section. So, but it's a long year, and Hedgesville's got to get 6 or 7 guys ready to play in the sectional. And tonight, we're going to see what they're made of for the first time in varsity uniforms.
It was 27 runs for the Bulldogs on 21 hits in that ball game. Some of the leaders, Hudson Clement went 2 for 2 at the plate, started the game with a leadoff triple. Landon Sifford goes 3 for 6, ends up scoring 5 runs and 3 RBIs for Sifford in that matchup. Isaiah Grove goes 1 for 1 at the plate, scores 3 runs, drives in a run. Or Isaac Grove, excuse me. Isaiah Morris went 2 for 2 at the plate with an RBI. Caleb Edwards 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs. Jake Zittel 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs. But Avery, you saw these teams a little bit last year. What kind of stood out to you about Martinsburg in that game? Maybe some things comparing it to last year.
Well, I mean, Martinsburg certainly has a lot of pop in their bats this year, right? I mean, again, granted, we already talked about this East Hardy team being a single-A team, being young, maybe not being up to the level that Martinsburg is right now. But from the looks of things early on, Martinsburg is really already starting to get into the swing of things here in terms of their offense. You mentioned Caleb Edwards had 4 RBI. Hudson Clement had another great game there in leadoff. So you've got a lot of potent weapons there in your lineup. And if I'm Martinsburg, even though I played East Hardy on Wednesday, I'm feeling good about coming into this game because this Hedgesville team is a very different team from last year. They're very young. Really the only returning contributor on offense for them from last season is Riley Bubb, who's playing third base today. He had 41 RBI last year, 3 homers hit too. So he's really the only star player that they've got in their lineup. If I'm Martinsburg, I think we can definitely win a shootout, offensively compared to Hedgesville.
Yeah, and I think it's so early in the year. It's tough to judge these offenses. One guy that looked pretty good on the mound for Martinsburg the other night was Isaiah Morris. Not a guy that got a ton of innings last year, but he works 3 innings, there's 63 pitches, gives up 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and just 1 earned for his outing. And then both relievers did a nice job. Michael Lupus giving an inning of work, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. And Jordan Canby impressed me with his 3 strikeouts and his 1 inning of work. And as we know, Tripp, I mean, you're going to need a lot of starters and a lot of different pitchers. Probably 6 to 8 guys that you can throw out there on the mound as the season goes along.
Yeah, I mean, Martinsburg's looking at, played, the other night against East Hardy, like you said, and you mentioned those 3 guys, but then you turn around tonight with an EPAC game, tomorrow with a double header, and then right back at it again Monday in the EPAC, or, with the Jefferson and the EPAC game. So, you have to, sometimes you have to pick and choose you have to set up your pitching rotation early in the week and stick with it, and try to stick with it. But then sometimes the game dictates, changes your plan a little bit. But Martinsburg does have some arms, and they have two arms coming back, Caleb and Paulson, that went deep in a lot of games last year, and that was great for the pitching staff. But it did hurt a little bit, like you mentioned. Isaiah Morris didn't get a tremendous amount of time last year, but it's all contributing to the fact that Joe and Caleb went so deep last year in most of their games and were very conservative with their pitch counts.
Hedgesville graduates 8 guys from the 2021 season, opened the season with a 14-3 6-inning Mercy Rule win, Avery, and so their bats looked good in that first game, and it will be interesting to see how they handle the Martinsburg bats. On the mound for them today will be Lane DeLauder, one of 2 guys that really had a big pitching impact for them last season, and it will be key for DeLauder to probably eat up some innings out there today.
Yeah, taking a look at DeLauder's stats, he from last season he pitched a little over 23 innings. He started 5 games, and he was 2-0 in those 5 starts. So he did not lose last year, and he had 30 strikeouts. He walked 27 batters, gave up 16 earned runs. So, his ERA is a little under 5 at about 4.7, but he has experience, right? And for this team in Hedgesville that has so many new players, that graduated so many players from last season, experience is really what you're looking for more than anything else with a team like this. You got a guy like DeLauder who made some starts last year, who got some innings. If I'm Eric Grove, I have to have some confidence in him coming into this game against Martinsburg. He's got experience, and at this point in the season, that's what you're looking for right now.
All right, as the coaches meet at home plate, let's take a 3-minute break. When we return, we should be closer to first pitch as they're preparing the field. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Hedgesville Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Hedgesville Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, and Avery Newport here on the call. And a big upgrade trip to this new field, the turf that we got kind of behind the plate and down each baseline and also on the pitcher's mound. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, so this is something that was supposed to have been basically pretty much done last year. Kind of got held up a little bit, so it didn't get done until just a few weeks ago. Kind of left Coach Bowler in the field maintenance crew here chasing our tail. As you can see some of the top side and things around as a couple of guys jumped in and gave them a little hand. But if you didn't tune in last night, you see a little different look here. And so you have turfed baselines. You have an all-turf mound, a turf batter's box. You have a nice apron here with the Bulldogs on it, and very nice upgrade to this facility. And they do a great job here with this facility, putting money back, fundraising and getting the money back in here. So it's just a beautiful place to play, and as you can see from the camera, I'm sure that, and I've had some people ask me, said, "Hey, how can you sladdle on that? Do you wear turf shoes or you wear cleats?" Well, of course, the kids are wearing cleats because they're 80% of the time they're in the grass. So it is conducive to cleats, and pitching off of it in cleats. And after each game, I know they have some sand and they have some rubber pellets that kind of go in and clean those areas up, and it's just a wonderful thing to see, the area here, these ballparks getting upgraded, and people putting money in the community supporting here, Bulldog Park here.
Yeah, head coach Aaron Byler is big on renovating this field, renovated the press box, which you worked on, and we certainly appreciate that. And I really liked what he said on in our post-game interview about how when they were kind of, beating up on East Hardy, he didn't want them to run up the score, and that was nice to hear from him. And both these teams, certainly their coaches, and while there is a rivalry on the field, when they don't step outside the lines, these two programs are friends. They play together on Legion teams and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these two guys are, with Nicky Brown on our staff and Mike Quinn and those guys out there, and Coach Eric on Grove on there. And then you turn around and you have Coach Bowler and these guys. So you're not going to see anything but class out of these guys, and they're not going to break the unwritten rules of baseball. So you're going to see a pretty clean game here with both teams being class acts as far as I'm concerned.
All right, we will take a 90-second break. On the other side of that break, we'll have first pitch. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Avery Newport, and Trip Tobin. Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer. Donald Kinney on camera, and Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. So we get you set for Hedgesville, Martinsburg, just about ready for first pitch. On the mound today for the Bulldogs will be Joe Paulson, and Martinsburg coming out tonight in the black jerseys with the black numbers and orange outlines, and same with the black letters with the orange outline on the chest and the orange Martinsburg logo on the black hat with the white pants. Hedgesville in the gray jerseys, black pants, white hats, and white helmets along with the blue numbers and gold outline. As we get you set for this one, should be a good ball game as it usually is. Martinsburg winning 3 out of 4 a year ago and leading the all-time series, but these two teams, when they get together in any sport, it's always a big rivalry and a big crowd on hand tonight as well at P.O. Faulkner Park. As the lights are on, the breeze starts to kick in, and beautiful night for baseball between these two teams.
Matt wouldn't be very happy with these uniforms. Matt Miller likes a very prominent, number so he could find those players, call them by their name. So when you have a black jersey with a black number just outlined, it just we had to talk about it the other day when he was here. He was helping out a little bit. We were doing a little community service on the pitcher's mounds and looking at those jerseys as the kids come by, and he really was upset about that.
It's a cool look, not the best though for broadcasters, but we will certainly try to do our best tonight in identifying any substitution.
Are pretty interesting too. I mean, they've got mismatched tops and pants. That's interesting.
So the Eagles dig in. It will be Gage Gano to lead things off. Left-handed batter. The pitch from Paulson is low for ball one. Our first pitch brought to you on TV 10 and Talk Radio WRNR.
One thing about that new turf, you can see the boxes for sure.
Second pitch is a swing and a miss for strike one. The first pitch brought to you by the Mortgage Center on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. One call will save you thousands. Call 304-267-9040. So 1-1 count on Gano. Second pitch paints the corner for strike number two.
Joe does a nice job of staying out of the middle of the plate here, especially to the leadoff here.
The 1-2 from Paulson. Kicks, deals, delivers. Ripped foul into the Martinsburg dugout.
Another addition to the park here is the dugouts have been extended out slightly, so that puts them 3 foot closer to the batter for those, what they call them, ugly finders. Find the uglies in the dugout.
The 1-2 pitch again from Paulson. A swing and a miss, strike three. Paulson starts the game with a K, and can't ask for anything better out of your starter.
Certainly looked like an off-speed pitch. I didn't see a lot of movement as far as curveballs. I'm directly behind the plate, but could have been definitely could have been a changeup there that had Gage Gano out front.
So that will bring Braylon Connor to the plate. Connor a righty, so righty versus righty matchup here. First pitch from Paulson. Takes it right down the middle for strike one.
Again, you see Asanovich sitting just in or out on the plate. Paulson hitting that spot. Asanovich did a nice job of taking that low pitch, bringing it up a little, buying that strike.
The 0-1 is hit hard off the glove of Paulson towards second, and they'll fire to first for the out.
That was a great play by Carson Buber to get reset as he took off up the middle for that ball, as it was hit directly, basically a line drive to Paulson's left. And so it made Carson Buber shoot to his right. He had the reset, and he blocked the ball, took it in the chest, and made a good hard throw as Connor took off down the lines and hard.
That's quick outs here too to begin this first inning there, Nick.
Yeah, that's a tough one to gauge off the glove.
Yeah,
as that one's hit hard into right, and it will get down for a base hit.
Yeah,
as Morris couldn't quite track it down.
Smart play on Morris's part there with 2 outs. So just that ball gets by him, it's a triple all the way with Riley above. So just to keep the damage down to a single there, it's probably the best play. Good baseball IQ there to not try to go after that one and let that thing get down that corner. Bub be off to the races.
Bub's the best good hitter on this team, too. He's the best returning hitter that Hedgesville had from last season.
That pitch inside on Ruess hit his bat, so it will go as a strike. Bub, the number 3 hitter in the lineup, able to reach first on the single. No score here, top of the first inning. Things just getting started between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. The pitch to Ruess again inside. That one taken by Ruess for a ball.
Ruess was center on the basketball team, so we're not 100% sure, how much practice he had. So, really early in the season when you don't get a lot of winter workouts when you're a basketball player.
And also the quarterback on a football team, so didn't play any fall ball or anything like that.
He did play for the Junior Legion team last year. He pitched in one of the games and ended up being the Junior Legion state champion. So he did make a few tournaments last year and try to get himself better in that before football season started.
This pitch in there for strike 2. So 1-2 count on Jackson Ruess. A guy that you talk to other coaches, whether it be Coach Kelly Church or Coach Matt Fairclough, and he's a leader and only a junior, and obviously having to be a quarterback, that's a big part of the position. That one misses outside for a ball.
And here he comes in this year. Last year he had a sectional start as a sophomore, did well. Kind of short started him there, see how far he could go. And, next thing you know, here he is, the number 4 hitter, and he's going to be a big part of this lineup this year.
So Paulson working with a runner on first and 2 away. The pitch to Ruess inside and uncontested as the runner takes off for first. As Bub is in there at second.
Yeah, as a throw brought Osanovich over to Jackson Ruess's back left foot there. There was no clear lane to throw, of course, and he had to get to his knees to block it. There was no chance there.
Good block, though, to prevent the runner from advancing all the way to third, as that pitch is low for ball 4. So Jackson Ruess will reach base safely in a potential 2-out rally going for the Eagles with runners on first and second. That will bring Hayden Kimball to the plate.
Hayden Kimball. A little wind in here.
Yeah, wind's starting to pick up here. We can feel it up here in the booth.
Pitch from Paulson is high and inside for ball 1. So runners on first and second for Kimball at the plate.
And for those at home who didn't see the JV game, Hedgesville hit 3 home runs. The JV team hit 3 home runs as the flags are flying out or blowing out. So
maybe the wind might be carrying some balls in here.
A ball on the barrel here could easily turn this into a 3-0 game if Paulson would accidentally leave one over the plate there.
After 2 quick outs as the 1-0 with 2 on, Paulson kicks and deals. Chopper towards second. Picked up and fired to first for the out. So Eagles strand 2 after a little bit of a 2-out rally, but Paulson works his way out of it. No score at the end of the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the first. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 1 minute.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Trip Tobin and Avery Newport. Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer, and Donald Kinney on camera as Hedgesville takes the field. On the mound today for the Eagles is Lane DeLauder, one of the more experienced pitchers coming back, Avery, for this Hedgesville team. Really him and Ruess, the main arms that they'll have that got a lot of experience last year.
Yeah, and Ruess is batting tonight, right? So, you like the experience that DeLauder brings you. But again, it's early in the season. I think this game is kind of to see what DeLauder's got on the mound. In warm-ups, he's missing a couple pitches, so hopefully he can kind of get his control back a little bit as he's starting to face some batters and get a little more comfortable, get in the swing of things. Once he starts throwing some pitches.
Certainly, velocity has never been Lane's problem as we watched him grow up through the little league and the travel ball venue. He's always had good velocity, and he has had times when his control, has left him. But when he gets dialed in, like you said, if he can get dialed in here, lose some of the, I'm sure he's got some jitters here. So playing, the sectional winner last year, Martinsburg, who's bringing a lot of talent back. I'm sure he's got the blood pressure pumping pretty good right now. So look for him to throw it hard and a little wild early.
Shortstop Hudson Clement will lead things off for the Bulldogs. The pitch from the tall righty DeLauder is low and inside for ball one. Clement,
such a dangerous leadoff hitter. He hit that triple to lead off the game on Wednesday against East Hardy.
Yeah, he probably could have gone all the way around if he would have known East Hardy was going to struggle getting it in. The pitch to Clement, swing and a miss. Nice off-speed pitch from DeLauder.
I think DeLauder was just kind of deking him with them warm-ups. I think he deked us all. He settled right in quick.
Yeah. No lack of control here on these first couple pitches, that's for sure.
No. He's pretty stoic on the mound, good and tall.
The 1-1 pitch to Clement is low for ball two, just below the knees trying to hit that outside part of the plate.
You look at him early as a youngster out there, young, sophomore, his mound presence, you can't see an ounce of that, and it was kind of what you want with your pitcher. You don't want the batter to see any weakness or any fear.
That pitch to Clement inside for a ball. 3-1 count, just missed the inside corner.
Didn't miss by much.
Yeah, definitely could have argued for that
either way.
Home plate umpire Jeff King, Neil Remschneider on the bases.
The pitch to Clement. That one ruled a strike.
Wow.
Looked a little bit more inside than the previous pitch, but Clement takes that one for the strike. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Full count here. No runners on for the Dogs in the bottom of the first inning. No score between Hedgesville and Martinsburg, and Clement calls time. He'll step out and readjust.
Yeah, you don't want to get frozen in there. And like I said, Lane is standing tall out there, of course, and I don't just mean physically tall, mentally he's standing tall as well.
Clement steps back in. Takes the pitch from DeLauder for ball four. And that's a walk. So Clement is on. Get that leadoff runner on. That will be Landon Sifford to the plate, the left fielder.
You have to wonder here if Coach Ballard is going to turn that D1 speed loose here on the bases. Sifford's a great bunter as well in the two-hole with a lot of speed. So I look for some things to happen here. Maybe a bunt and run or just a straight steal.
Good chance if you're feeling like this is going to be a low-scoring ball game to potentially get an early first run as that one hits the inside corner for strike one on Sifford.
What he said in his pregame, he wanted to get the first run on the board and give Joe some. So expect him here to possibly get some runners moving here.
Clement takes his lead off first. DeLauder looks into his catcher Sosa.
Clement's getting the move. He's
Clement
going.
takes off the throw down, not in time. He steals second. Easily there with that, as we mentioned, Division I football speed transitioning to the diamond.
Yeah, I asked Coach Ballard if he was the fastest on the team, and he said certainly between him and Canby, they can really run the bases. Canby in the 9-hole, him in the 1. Such a 1-2 punch as we get through the game is just unreal. The speed, and Sifford's not that far behind.
So Clement takes his lead now off second. Sifford battling with the 1-1 count. DeLauder looks back now, delivers. That one popped up into the infield. And get over underneath of it and make the catch is Chris French. So one away now in the inning. That will bring Isaiah Morris to the plate, the 3-hole hitter.
Kind of see the wind play with that a little bit. He didn't quite get camped under it, and he kind of reached back over his shoulder, which is what you don't want to do in those situations and lose it. You want to catch it out in front of you, and it kind of blew just slightly as it got up in the air there.
Morris with an RBI situation with the runner in scoring position on Hudson Clement leading off of second base. The pitch to Morris, a chopper toward first. The rest has issues with it and can't gather it. Clement will make the turn. The throw to home, not in time, and the Dogs get on the lead, or on the board first on a fielder's choice. As Nichols couldn't handle it over there at first.
Yeah, I think Nichols, it just took kind of a hop there off that kind of a Baltimore chop, and it got out there to him. He was expecting to get to him quicker, and he was kind of waiting on it, and it just didn't get there. And then the runner was coming down the line. He just left the ball on the turf there, and with that speed of Clement, he just kept coming.
Do you think, Tripp, that he was thinking about Clement rounding around and he wasn't maybe paying attention to first and trying to get the out there?
Well, yeah, certainly that, and just kind of he certainly something got his attention there, but it just seemed like it just stayed up in the air a while, and he just kept wanting it to come down so he could make that tag so he could go check on Clement, and he just didn't quite get it. And then he got the out, but then as he turned his back on Clement, he never stopped.
First pitch to Caleb Edwards is in there for a strike. Second one low for a ball, so 1-1 count on Edwards.
Certainly if he fields it clean, it's just a tag. Clement still moves up, it's a nice position to be in with a man on second and a lefty pulling the ball to move him up. Certainly if he just fields it cleanly and tags the base, but that's what speed does, creates chaos.
2 outs and a 1-1 count. Edwards, the senior, digging back in. The pitch from DeLauder is inside, and Edwards able to avoid it.
Nearly hit him.
He was bringing it. It'd be a neat stat to find out at the end of the year how many times Clement gets on base to lead off an inning and scores.
Yeah, even without a hit.
Yeah.
Such a dangerous weapon in that leadoff spot. I mean, we saw it on Wednesday. We saw it again tonight. He can get on base better than almost anyone.
And his walks are basically doubles because he can steal the next pitch.
That's right.
2-1 to Edwards is ripped foul behind the third base dugout. Caleb Edwards had a good game.
I'm right behind the plate, and that last pitch kind of come up and give him a little chin music. And, he may not know it or you might not see it on the camera, but he kind of stepped in the bucket there a little bit. So he's not really settled in that box after that high and tight pitch. And so that could play into Lane's favor, but he did pull up to the plate this time.
The 2-2 with 2 away is hit off the end of the bat. It's a slow roller towards short. The throw, the reach by Nichols gets him for the out. Great play on both ends as Connor threw over to Nichols, and it was a great stretch to get the final out of the inning. We'll head to the second. 1-0 Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. 1-0 Martinsburg leading Hedgesville as we head to the second inning. Bulldogs able to score without getting a hit as Hudson Clement walks and steals second. Advances on a fielder's choice and ends up scoring. So
it's a great play at the end of the inning there by Braylon Connor. A top 10 play there in the high school ranks to come up like that, throw off his right foot and make that play. Mikey Nichols making a nice stretch there. Could have extended that inning for sure.
Nichols now coming to the plate. He'll dig in here. The first baseman, as we mentioned, making that play. And he hits that one foul and out of play down the right field line.
That should be the 17th pitch there as Joe went 16 in the first. Mike Nichols is standing at the plate, a pretty big specimen. We know he has home run power. We've seen it last year and seen it over the summer, so Joe wants to stay away from the meat of the plate here as well, especially with that wind blowing out.
Yeah, as he goes outside there, bring the count even now at 1-1. Paulson had 2 guys on at Hedgesville, but Paulson was able to work his way out of that inning in the top of the first. See if the Eagles can threat here, down 1-0 in the top of the second. That pitch trying to paint that outside corner, but it just misses for ball 2, a 2-1 count. Paulson, one of the many options Martinsburg has coming back this year on the mound. Could be the strength of this team as it was last season. That pitch hit hard towards short. Clement fields it, fires to Edwards at first, and that is out number 1.
I believe that would have broken a wooden bat there, and Clement could take his time a little bit, as Nichols is not the speedster that most are going down the line. It's not his strength, their speed.
So now the pitcher, Lane DeLauder, coming to the plate. Not DHing. Hedgesville not using a DH tonight. DeLauder stepping in. Pitch from Paulson is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, not using a DH kind of shows, kind of maybe tells you either Lane's bat has really heated up, and needs to be in that lineup. But you can DH at this level for any position. So not using a DH, only using 9 players kind of makes you at least think about the depth on the bench there. That early in the season with the youth that Eric has or Coach Grove has over there to at his expense.
First pitch fouled away. The second one is low for a ball. Jacob Zittel is DHing for Paulson tonight. The other night, Martinsburg DH, but did not DH for Isaiah Morris, who got the call as they DH for their outfielder.
Yeah, I believe they DH for right fielder Wilt, yeah.
Pitch from Paulson is outside for a ball.
In the many years since Coach Ballard's been here for his 5 years, he generally utilizes that DH as much as possible.
Well, even if it just gets a guy off from playing the field, it can be useful, especially when you start getting into all these games. The 2-2 got him looking. The Paulson striking out his fellow pitcher, Lane DeLauder. Paulson looks good early for the most part, really moving the ball well around the plate and not handing it over the middle.
He does a nice job of keeping the ball, down and on the corners. And now you've seen here where he kind of worked the strike zone back and forth, and then he threw a real nice curveball there to freeze Lane DeLauder.
French will take this pitch outside for ball 1. Chris French, the second baseman, saw him get it put out in that last half inning for Martinsburg at the plate. And the Eagle digs back in here, waits the pitch from Paulson, the 1-0, just outside for ball 2. So French works his way ahead.
Joe, that's his first strikeout of the game, but, Joe last year when he hit, he went deep in the games, you have to throw the contact to go deep in games like that. You can't, a big strikeout pitcher.
2-0, a chopper back to Paulson on the mound, picks it up, and calmly throws it to first for the final out of the inning. So 1-2-3 go the Eagles. We'll head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, where accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Avery Newport on the call as we begin the bottom of the second. Bulldogs without a hit their first time around, but were able to score a run as Hudson Clement walked, advanced all the way to third base, and then on the fielder's choice was able to score. Advanced to second on a stolen base, and then on a fielder's choice came all the way around to score. So
manufactured a run.
Yeah, found a way.
Yeah, found a way. You can see Joe, as Coach Bowler said earlier, you want to get Joe that run. You could see him come out in the second inning, settled in, 2 weak ground balls and a strikeout. So, if you can add a run or two here and there and add to Joe's confidence, and, look out.
Wayne DeLauder on the mound. That pitch in there on Zittel for a strike low at the inside knees. Jake Zittel, one of the many Martinsburg players that were able to hit well against East Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful guy as well. We mentioned the wind and the homers in the JV game. Zittel waits this pitch. 0-1, big swing and a miss. They get 0-2.
A little bit of a changeup there in. Generally you go changeup away, but there was some type of off-speed pitch that kind of come in, stayed on his hands. He swung over top of it. But, if there was any doubt, if I had put any doubt in anyone's mind about Lane's, possible control early being young, and he's put that to bed. He's thrown 17 pitches and about 11 strikes, I think.
Lauder's pitch missing there in the dirt, trying to maybe get Zittel to chase one. Mm-hmm. So maybe 1-2.
I'm very impressed, like I said, with his mound presence, in this big game on a Friday night and just standing out there. He's already 6'5", I think they said, and he stands tall and settled in.
That pitch just missed, a little high. Zittel works it back even now to 2-2 after getting behind 0-2.
I'm not sure he wanted to leave that pitch there. That might have been one that Zittel probably should have. The ball didn't have a tremendous amount of movement, stayed up. It was certainly a pitch that Lane didn't want to be at that location.
The 2-2 is low for ball 3, so full count now as Zittel patient after coming out a little bit of hacking on a inside changeup that got him earlier. But the 3-2 on Jake Zittel. Another multi-sport athlete, also the center on the football team.
Strong young man.
The full count pitch to Zittel is low for ball 4. So good patience. He draws a walk after DeLauder got ahead on an 0-2, able to work it back then on 4 straight balls. And get Jake Zittel on the base pass to lead things off here in the bottom of the second inning. Michael Lupus coming to the plate.
Leadoff walk cost him a run in the first inning. Let's see what happens here.
And you're in a dangerous part of the lineup, too. The 5, 6, 7 guys, Lupus and then Buber to follow. Zittel not really a dangerous guy to run down there at first. He'll throw back, though, anyway, and he dives back in safely. So you don't have to worry about him necessarily like you do with Hudson Clement. Third baseman playing in on the grass, maybe looking for a potential bunt from Lupus. DeLauder steps back on the mound, and Lupus shows bunt, then pulls it back, and it's high for a ball.
Raleigh above up there's watching those hands well. He's quick. Raleigh's got a big arm over there, so if Lupus were to push that ball down there, he may have a play at second with his athleticism and arm.
Double play would be huge for DeLauder. It goes towards DeLauder, and he'll throw to first for the out. Zittel able to advance on the sacrifice to second.
Nice bunt. They want to bunt it away from the defense there perfectly.
They make the pitcher make a tough play, too.
Mm-hmm. You never know what the pitcher's going to do. They throw strikes, and then just sometimes they throw it clean out in the right field. But, as you can see here, Coach Ballard's looking to extend that lead, give Joe a little more cushion. I think, he knows his pitcher from last year. If he can get that cushion, that Joe can cruise.
Buber now to the plate. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. High and down the middle, the upper part of the zone.
Letter high. The catcher's not real tall, so. Both teams' catchers aren't really big in stature.
Next pitch to Buber, a swing and miss out in front of that one.
This black turf with those white lines, you can really see how everyone sets up. You can really pick up like the catcher as he moves in and out of the batter. And Coach Baller's not happy with the boober here. I think basically what he's telling him is you got to get a quality at bat here. Just get the ball in play to the right side. If you can just get the ball in play, try not to do too much here. You're down 0-2. Just kind of push the ball that way. You can still get you a quality at bat here.
Yeah, I mean, at least advance the runner to third is your goal if you're boober.
Yeah, at this point, 0-2, you certainly have to, used to say you choke up, and necessarily have to choke up. You certainly have to shorten your swing and get the ball in play. Strikeouts doesn't do anything for the offense.
So the Lauder looks back at the runner. Now looks in and delivers the pitch. That one hit high into center field. Zittel will have to retreat to the bag as it wasn't hit deep enough.
It's a good job of a young man getting the ball in play there after going down 0-2. Lane thrown to contact there, not too tremendously worried, to throw to contact as long as he didn't groove it. So
Boober made some nice contact on that hit as well. Just couldn't lift it past.
Yeah, Boober's just a sophomore, not much. He only seen playing time last year, I think, when Jack pitched. Didn't get many varsity at bats, if any. And, so one of his first time to be against, in the spotlight here.
Gano is able to track that one down in center. The pitch now is in there for a strike, and DeLauder gets ahead of Sanovich, the catcher, and the number 8 hole hitter in the lineup wearing number 8. Zittel over there on second. Now 2 down in the inning. 0-1 count on Sanovich. DeLauder looks back at Zittel, checks the runner, and delivers the pitch high and inside for a ball. 1-1 count.
DeLauder mixing it up. He does live, a few pitches up here and there, but I'm really impressed that, to come out here and pitch against a veteran, this year, as you call it, a veteran team, as opposed to last year's team. But certainly Martinsburg's would be considered a veteran team, bringing back those 7 starters, and Lane just seems unfazed. He's really worked on that mound presence.
Yeah, both DeLauder and Paulson have been pretty confident out there on the mound. 1-0 lead for Martinsburg here in the second. Asanovich sends this one high and not very far out toward right, but having some issues with it, and it falls in. Bulldogs score a run as Zittel was running with 2 away. The throw back to second, and Asanovich is in there.
Yeah, you see Ruest out there. He never really had a good read on it. He seen it. He got right to the spot, and it just carried over his head. He expected it to be, 2 or 3 feet, closer to the plate than it was, and he ended up just like earlier when the Kimball, I believe at second, kind of reached over or Chris French kind of reached back in the same exact area here, but deeper, and Ruest reaches over, and he's a great outfielder, so under normal conditions, but that wind up there must be really blowing. The 3 home runs in a JV game, and now, these fly balls flying around, and it's just uncharacteristic of Ruest to lose a ball, would have been basically a routine out.
Yeah, you got to kind of feel for DeLauder.
Yeah.
He's pitched very well so far. That run is going to be an error, really.
Yeah, I don't think he's given up a hit yet, has he? Went through the lineup, no hits so far. Listen, he has to be an error on the right fielder. So, yeah.
Has not given up a hit yet.
But did put both leadoff runners on with walks, so kind of put himself in a little bit of a tough situation. But Jordan Canby coming to the plate now with a runner on second as Grove will pinch run.
You're going to see some more speed now.
Yeah. Saw it in the East Hardy game, and Canby now at the plate, another guy with speed. So that could be something the Bulldogs really use to their advantage. A 1-0 pitch is fouled away, bringing even now at 1-1.
Yeah, DeLauder's thrown, extremely well. The only 2 walks that he's given up, both scored.
Yep. Leading to a 2-0 lead for Martinsburg here in the second inning. Jordan Canby at the plate for the Dogs, the center fielder. 1-1 pitch. DeLauder looks back at the runner, delivers. It's off the end of the bat. Good play by the shortstop to get that one for the final out of the inning.
If that ball gets down, you don't throw Canby out.
As Connor gets to it, and that's the final out of the inning. But the Bulldogs get another run, another manufactured run, but they find a way to score to extend the lead to 2-0. We'll head to the third. This West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Avery Newport, Don McKinney on camera, Spencer Dupuis, our on-site producer. Bulldogs, Paulson on the mound. So far, he's been pitching really well, Trip.
Yeah. Yeah, with the 2-run lead, last year when you see him, when you look at the Bulldogs last year when they started, turning the corner a little bit after that 2-4 start, and you could see a lot of their wins. Against EPAC and AAA teams were 1-2-run games. That's nerve-wracking, for a pitcher. But Joe was a part of a lot of those close games, and it just doesn't seem to faze him. He just goes out and does what he can do.
Paulson rears back and starts him with an off-speed pitch for strike one on Rivera Sosa.
We have to call him Sammy, don't we? They call him Sammy. They're
yelling
Sammy.
Name, yeah, why not?
Why not?
We have to call him Sammy.
Well, he's swinging like Sammy, certainly. Missed there on that last pitch.
And I asked Eric, if he had, hadn't seen much of him last year, and my apologies to the young man. It didn't realize that he had come up through the JV ranks last year. So he's come up through this team and worked his way into this position. He's dinged a little bit, hurt his wrist, and was out and injured, but getting a start again tonight. So he's coming off a little bit of an injury.
Sosa in the 21, just like the Sammy Sosa, as he rips that one foul, making it 0-2 count.
And the one thing about these young guys, they didn't face Paulson last year. They didn't take any of those 3 of those 4 losses. So they're not. They don't have any baggage to carry, any strikeouts or any fear from left over from last year. They're just up there getting after it, which what you have to do as a young team.
The 0-2, big swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Sosa. Paulson continuing to establish himself now with his second strikeout.
I'll have to talk to Joe. Look a little bit like a slider there. It kind of broke in on the lefty, kind of low. Yeah.
Third strikeout correction there.
Mm-hmm.
And Rivera Sosa swung on all 3 of those pitches. The first one was an off-speed pitch outside, probably not a good pitch to swing on, but he's very aggressive. The young kid is really getting after these pitches here.
Gage Gano tries to lay down a kind of slap bunt, even though it's not softball.
He was going to drag it a little bit there, yeah. Quickly out of the box there. And trying to get something going here, struck out the last time. So trying to get Joe off the mound, get him moving, trying to shake him up a little bit.
Gano now again shows bunt but pulls it back. That one missing outside for a ball. So 1-1 count on Gage Gano.
Struck out his last at bat to start the game and lead off.
You get that early strikeout, and that has kind of carried over into Paulson's pitching so far out there on the mound for the Bulldogs. 2-0 lead for Martinsburg here in the third inning. The pitch high down the middle of the plate for a ball.
Good off-speed action there, though. Left it a little high, but
Joe kind of stands, kind of sideways a little bit. He got a little bit of a static from one of the umpires up in Cumberland. In the, as Gage fouls that back, he got a little bit of static up there in that Cumberland game for the way he stood on the mound, because he kind of stands, I guess they call it the hybrid. But doesn't seem to be an issue here tonight with these guys.
2-2 count on Gage Gano. Gano takes that one high and outside for a ball, so full count.
It's like a fastball that just got away from him there.
Yeah, I think he tried to overpower that one, just pushed it. Talking about this turf, I mean, Joe hasn't thrown any innings on this turf. So, I mean, this is new to him, too. So it's
a lot of familiarity here with these players.
Not a lot of, home field advantage with that mound at the moment.
That one a big swing and a miss. The second strikeout on Gano. Paulson's second strikeout of the inning, and now his fourth overall. Just reared back and that time got the location he wanted with the fastball.
Yeah, I believe he would have got the call if he wouldn't have swung. I think it was just a perfect location, like you said, to the lefty. But back to that mound, though, I mean, Joe has little to any familiarity with it, and after the rain and things, he didn't get much practice yesterday.
That one hit hard towards second. Buber handles it, throws it low to Edwards, but he scoops it at first for the final out of the inning. So the Eagles now retired on 6 straight batters. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Martinsburg 2, Hedgesville nothing. And the Bulldogs coming back to the plate. This West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
Faulkner Park, Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Avery Newport here on the call. 3-man booth. I don't know the last time we had a 3-man booth. First one for me ever, so something new for a little bit of all of us, Trip.
Yeah,
I know this is
working
kind of
out
new.
pretty well.
I think we're doing pretty well up here.
A lot of information. You're keeping pitch counts and camera angles.
Now, Tripp, I wanted to ask you before our last break, do you know off the top of your head how many other EPAC schools have turf fields or any kind of turf installed at all? Because we were talking about the familiarity that these players have with turf.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if anyone else in the region might have something similar.
There's no one in the EPAC. There's a few in the state, when you get down, I believe, in the Charleston and Bridgeport, I believe. And then, correct, I'm not going to, I'm sort of guessing there exactly what fields they play on, but nothing that they play on very often, if at all, maybe a game or two a year.
Hudson Clement will lead things off for the Bulldogs. Clement takes that pitch inside for a ball. DeLauder still out there on the mound for the Hedgesville Eagles, who's pitched well, but 2 runs coming across the plate for the Bulldogs.
Second time through the lineup, and he started him with a curveball that time, so a little respect there, and trying to pitch a little backward.
Next pitch, swing and miss on a pitch in the dirt on Hudson Clement.
And that's what that does, though. I mean, when you come back through, you throw an off-speed pitch, and then you come back with your fastball. Hudson was, believe it or not, slightly behind it and indecisive there. So it speeds up your fastball, and now Hudson has to decide what's he going to throw here, But
the 0-2 from DeLauder on Clement. Another off-speed pitch. And
it hit his hat. It hit his hat. He's safe.
So that will go as an interference play.
Yeah.
That wind might have knocked it off of Bub's head. And
well, Bubba had decided he definitely didn't want no part of trying to throw Clement out, so his hat blows off. It falls on the line, and the ball comes down, and it looks like the umpire is deciding that when it did hit his hat, that it was already in foul territory. So if it would have hit his hat and went into foul territory, it would have been a fair ball, but it appears that Jeff King, umpire behind the plate, is saying that his hat fell off and the ball was in foul territory when it hit it, so foul ball. But that was a base hit.
Yeah,
would have been a base hit if it's.
Yeah, that would have been a tough play for Bub to make it third.
He doesn't make it. He let it go.
Yeah, he was thinking it was going to go foul as that pitch. Another chopper back to the mound for DeLauder. This will be a tough play. He'll throw and got him at first. If that's maybe not your pitcher with his speed on the throw, you might not catch Hudson Clement there.
You know, it says a lot about Hudson because coming into the year, you know, he just recently, just before baseball season, gets, you know, a scholarship or you know, a commitment to play at WVU. So you have to wonder how he's going to come out here and play, if he's going to give it his all or just have fun. And you can just see him going down the line. He's given 110% to this sport as well. You know, he's just a battler.
Yeah. He's definitely a competitor, and he's not the kind of guy that would just go out and have some fun. He wants to win.
You know, you wonder when they sign those, you know, and these young men, but there's just no way that he's not going to go full steam ahead no matter what, regardless of, you know, his next move to play football.
Sifford fouls that one back. Luckily the netting was there for us.
Yeah, Nick, that might have been right towards you, maybe towards Tripp. That one was a rocket straight back at us.
You would have caught it for us, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Quick reaction.
It was, you know, cat-like reflexes.
So Sifford to the plate. 0-1 count, one away. Next pitch, fouled back again.
Another one off the net.
This time off the top of the net. 0-2 count on Sifford, one away. And the Bulldogs with a 2-0 lead in the black jerseys with the black numbers, orange outlines, white pants.
Well, Sifford's got two ball, you know, flew out to the second baseman, and he's got two pitches where he's under the ball. You know, he needs to get this with that speed he's got. Nobody on base, and to start this inning off, he needs to get this ball on the ground.
0-2 with one away, an off-speed pitch, and Sifford was way out in front of it for strike three. DeLauder gets him.
That was a great pitch. He went up twice, got him the foul, then he went low and away and soft. Just textbook.
Looked like a late swing, maybe a delayed swing there from Sifford as well. That pitch really confused him.
He didn't want to leave it up to the umpire. Coming out of the hand, he thought maybe not, but then it had a little late break to it. It's a great pitch.
Morris now to the plate. He'll take that one outside into the.
That's just the first strikeout of the game here for DeLauder as well. He's gotten a lot of help from his defense.
You know, the catcher set up outside, and he went just a little farther than he wanted to, but he certainly finding getting around his spots, you know.
The 1-0 on Morris, righty versus lefty matchup. Morris takes that one for a strike, 1-1. Again, trying to get to the outside. That time, hits the zone.
Backdoor curve there, come right back in. It's kind of go around the plate, they say.
See what DeLauder dials up here. Maybe something inside. Trying to get Morris to swing through it. Morris will step out.
Morris certainly has the power to hit one of those cars out there, because we have a full parking lot, and there's a couple of targets out there for sure.
Great crowd here on deck for Hedgesville Martinsburg. As expected, a big rivalry between these two teams. That one misses outside for a ball, so DeLauder continuing to work away. Maybe doesn't want to give Morris that opportunity to potentially drive one down that 309 pole and right, or 305.
Playing like 275 tonight with that wind.
Next pitch, low for ball.
That same curveball, backdoor curveball. You see those flags out there blowing. It's another addition to this field where Coach Baller and his trusty assistant Vic Lupus was out there putting those up today. So hats off to Vic for getting those flags up, and they're shining nice and bright orange.
The 3-1 is low and inside for ball four. Morris now sprinting down first base, as Sosa didn't really get to it in time, but he won't try to go to second.
That pitch bounced way in front there.
So DeLauder was very
almost bounced
careful
in the grass.
With Morris.
Yeah, I don't know how it didn't hit anybody. He got through the catcher, through the umpire, got through everybody. And it bounced probably, 56 feet?
Yeah.
Jeff had cat-like reflexes when he got all the way to that one. Jeff King, the umpire.
Caleb Edwards now to the plate. Throw back off the glove of Nichols. He'll try to chase it down, and now Morris will sprint towards second. And he is in there, and you saw the shortstop fake out like Connor was faking like a throw was coming, but Morris in there safely.
So with with Caleb's power, in his position in the lineup here in the 4-hole, it had Ruiz kind of shaded, towards the left and deep. So it was a long run for both him and Mike, even though Mike did get a glove on it. Mike Nichols at first knocked it down a little bit, but it just went right there in no man's land.
That is one of those risks on checking the runner and throwing on a guy that's probably not going to steal in Morris. Is that one big swing from Edwards, and he misses. 0-1 count.
This is where you hear coaches talk about big 2-out hits. A big 2-out hit here from your 4 guy. You got, you let Hedgesville hurt themselves with the base on balls and then an overthrow to first. Now you have to take advantage of that.
Waters 0-1 with 2 away is ripped foul and out of play. And that's why you're in the 4-hole for these kind of situations.
And I'm still not too sure if Caleb is real comfortable in that box. He seems to be just bailing a little bit, which made it a little tougher to hit that outside pitch instead of just pushed it to the right side. But standing directly behind the plate here, occasionally he seems to lean out, step in the bucket they call it, or, pull off the ball a little bit instead of staying through it. Taking it, hit it towards pitched.
0-2 with 2 away, a runner on second. That one inside. Got the end of the bat and making the play over there at second was French for the final out of the inning. So the Dogs strand 1. And we will head to the 4th inning. Martinsburg up 2-0. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the Ridgeline's maker. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch.
The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Lane DeLauder's throwing a no-hitter, but his team trails 2-0 to Martinsburg. Joe Paulson pitching well as well on his side of things for the Bulldogs. The Eagles coming to the plate, see if they can maybe give DeLauder some offense. As Bub will come to the plate to lead things off, and a good guy to have hitting in this situation. Maybe to spark it, as it will be the middle of the order. Bub, Ruest, and Kimball due up.
Yeah, Bub is going to be one of the, surprise me if he's not one of the EPAC leaders in average and power numbers at the end of the season.
Clement trying to get to that chopper. He bobbles it, and Bub is reaching base safe.
Communication there between Lupus and Clement. Both of them were running over to catch that grounder. And see, in that situation, you just got to communicate with your teammates, right? You got to call it out, say you got it. Similar in the outfield, with the fly ball. That's just that's a mistake, and it hurts you because it lets somebody on base.
The leadoff guy, Hedgesville gets the leadoff on this time. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure. I think you have to score the base hit because he more than likely beats it out because it wasn't hit that hard.
Right. The rest, a big swing and a miss on his first pitch that he sees from Paulson. Kind of a tough hit there to get to. A slow roller in between the 5-6 hole. Bub leads off first, the throw over, and that gets away from Edwards. It'll roll into right field. Bub advancing to second.
Sort of reminiscent of the sectional game when Morris and Hedgesville a lot more room, and they've got the ball down in that corner, and Braylon Connor tried to advance 2 bases and got thrown out at third on a sort of a controversial play, I guess, was it at that time, and talked about a lot after that, but Morris makes a heck of a throw, so this time Bub's just staying at second.
The 0-1 pitch hits the outside part of the plate for strike 2 on Jackson Ruiz. So a great situation for the Eagles. Have your cleanup hitter at the plate. Paulson, though, has been dealing so far. Bub on second. And down 2-0. The pitch to Ruiz. Hit hard towards short. Clement will fire it over to Edwards for... No, he's not able to scoop it. And Bub coming to the plate. The throw to the plate, not in time. And the Eagles get on the board very similarly to the way Martinsburg first got on the board.
Yeah, I mean, Clement come up, and he just seemed to short arm the throw just a little bit. I don't know if the, Bub crossed over in front of him or, thinking of, I'm not quite sure, but he kind of short armed it. And give credit to Caleb Edwards. He just bodied it up like a catcher, knocked it down, makes the throw home. But Bub, very reminiscent of Martinsburg's first run, just kept coming. Great job by Jackson with Ruiz, the 0-2 count to get that ball in behind the runner. And if nothing else, if the throw is good, he just still has a good at bat by moving the runner up. But good things happen when you put it in play.
A runner on third, but just one away, so sacrifice could have scored Bub. As Hayden Kimball coming to the plate, a runner on first. No outs as Jackson Ruiz leads off first. Reaching on the error. That one sliced down the first baseline, out of play.
It's a good piece of hitting there, to push that ball. So we got 3 runs on the board, and all 3 were from guys that reached from the leadoff position.
Yeah.
So very important tonight to get the leadoff guy out, in baseball in general. But tonight it has certainly bit these pitchers.
It's still 3 runs now, and none of them came off of base hits either. I mean, we're talking about a game where we got 3 runs and 1 base hit so far. Both these pitchers have been playing well. Let's hope that these fielding errors don't rattle them.
2-1 lead for Martinsburg here in the 4th inning.
0-2, nobody out. And Nicky Brown called a timeout to talk to Braylon. Not 100% sure here, but his feet are up in the box, so looks like he's either telling him to drop the bunt down or get out in front of this curveball.
Kimball fouls that one away. Ruiz over there at first.
He's got his front foot up on the line trying to catch that break before. I think he was looking for a curveball there. So back up in front of the box and taking instruction from his coach there to get up there and get after it.
Paulson steps off the mound. And now calls his catcher, Hasanovich, to discuss some things. So both teams go into the strategy here.
Excuse me, Hayden Kimball. I was saying Braden Powers. My fault. Hayden Kimball.
Kimball battling here on an 0-2 count. No runners or no outs. And Ruiz standing at first base. Paulson ready after his quick conversation with Hasanovich and delivers. That time the curveball, but it misses.
I have to go back to the videotape to see where he was set up before he went up for that talk to Nicky, but he is up in the box now.
1-2 count.
Doesn't want to get beat by that curveball. Thinks his hands are fast enough to meet the fastball. So
Paulson's pitch got him looking on the edge for strike 3.
It's not much you can do there. You've got to tip your cap there. I mean, you do have to protect the plate there. Don't get me wrong, but that's a good pitch.
Tough to read that one.
Still, these guys are looking, these borderline pitches with 2 strikes at this level. You've got to be swinging the bat at any level.
In the dirt for a ball.
It's now 5 strikeouts on the night for Paulson.
If it's close, I'd like to see your guys swing the bat in that situation. 1 away now. Bulldogs a double play depth with Jackson Ruiz standing at first and Nichols at the plate. The pitch from Paulson is inside for a ball. So 2-0 count, hitters count.
Joe's definitely throwing what appears to be 3 pitches. I mean, he's got his fastball. Certainly he's got his, his off-speed curve, and this ball here seems to kind of hang up there, more of a change-up style. A little late movement.
Next pitch from Paulson, high and inside, so Nichols works it to a 3-0 count. And we thought maybe earlier he might have thrown a slider. So
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's working on there. Things are moving around a little bit. Looking through this net and not having an opportunity to see his velocity, changing velocity from this directly behind him is tough.
That pitch hits that outside corner again for his first strike. 3-1 count now on Nichols.
Sonovich did a nice job there, keeping that ball in the zone. He has some issues of, back there kind of taking the ball down, but there he kind of pulled the ball up and that
one popped high into shallow center, and the Dogs can't handle it. Trying to dive in and make the play was Canby on a last-ditch effort. Really a ball that could have been played by Buber, but neither guy was able to really track it, and that's the second time we've seen a ball hit in the air towards second or that right center field, and a player misread it. Rest couldn't handle that one in right center earlier, and there Buber and Canby can't really track it down, so it might be something with the lights or the wind or who knows.
It's a wind for sure, definitely. And we've seen twice this inning where Martinsburg's had a little bit of a communication issue. You got Short in third, and now at Buber and Canby out there. So, Clement and Lucas, last year Clement was at second, and Lucas was communicating a good bit with Rasenweber. So, still early in the season, and then now you had Shine Knott played all of center field last year, and Canby didn't see much. So you have Canby and Buber who are now, communicating here together. So early in the season, the wind and some communication issues here, but Hedgesville needs to take advantage when they can.
Eagles have a good chance here. One out, Lane DeLauder at the plate. DeLauder hits that one high into the air. Hasanovich trying to track it down. He can't quite get to it. And Edwards trying to chase it here on this near side right in front of the Hedgesville fans. Tough play for the catcher, Hasanovich. But DeLauder can kind of pick up himself here with a runner in scoring position and a 2-1 lead for the Bulldogs. 2 runners on the plate.
Second chances here, Martinsburg needs to get those out, those fly balls, take those out. And here we got 2, should have been 2 outs here for Joe. And, basically out of the inning. Here we are at the 1 out man on first and second. So, Joe needs a little help from his friends here.
Paulson will do it himself there at the strike.
It's a heater right down the middle.
0-2 count.
He just reached back and threw that one just a little at the knees there on outer half, but definitely hittable.
2 on for the Eagles. Down by 1. The pitch to DeLauder. Pitch outside. Hasanovich fires down the third. That is behind Lupus. That will score the run as Ruess can walk in on the advancement, and that one probably should have held on to if you're Hasanovich behind the plate.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Hasanovich. It was definitely a wild pitch, but Hasanovich tried to do a little too much there, and when he come up throwing, and he just threw it way behind Lupus and got down the left field line. So Hedgesville able to take advantage of now 3 miscues now.
Yeah, 3 fielding errors in this 4th inning by Martinsburg.
Possibly 4 if you're talking about the Lupus. Clement.
It's a shame, too, because Paulson's pitching a gem right now, but his defense is just letting him down.
Yeah,
it's kind of been the story of the game on both sides.
Hasanovich has back-to-back, miscues here. The catcher kind of having a little rough inning.
That one misses outside to DeLauder, so DeLauder has worked it now to a full count. Nichols standing on second, 1 out in the inning.
He'll take a ball to the gap to get Nichols home. He's not coming home on a single here with his lumber and speed he has there. And I joke with him, but he knows his strengths, that's for sure. And
the pitch to DeLauder hit hard, but fly ball. Edwards can track it down, and he makes it difficult, but he does make the catch.
Falling down, falling backwards, really.
Everything in the air tonight is going to be trouble here between the lights and the wind, and I'm not sure what's going on, but he didn't have a good beat on that one either.
But does get the out, so Nichols stands on second with 2 away.
After the defense has been kind of shaky in this inning, that was a really important out, I think, just to kind of settle him down a bit.
French now coming to the plate. Nichols leads off second. The pitch to French to Chopper. Coming in on it is Boober. Tough play. The throw. Edwards can't quite secure it. He gave it his full effort, but would have been an amazing play. We talked about a potential top 10 play earlier, Trip, and that one would have definitely been a top 10 play.
No doubt Carson Boober is certainly setting himself up to fill in that shortstop spot that's going to be vacated by Clement next year. He's probably one of, if not the best defensive glove, out there, and he shows a lot of leather as a sophomore there, and he's going to be a name that you're going to hear in the future as well on that left side of that field, and not only this year but in years to come. He's going to anchor that defense. Great effort there.
French will reach on. We'll rule it, I guess, an infield single there. That one hit hard back into the netting. Runners on the corner.
Game changer has an error.
Okay.
But,
hard hit ball, tough play. But
yeah.
It was, I guess, kind of in Edwards' glove there.
Game changer has Martinsburg at 5 errors. I believe 4 in this inning.
Runners on the corners. That one low below the knees for a ball. 1-1 count here on Sosa. Sammy Sosa.
Sammy's not afraid to take a cut.
1-1 count. Sosa with runners on the corners. A great opportunity for the young man, and a big swing and a miss. Get it to 1-2.
I'm slightly surprised that they're not stealing here. We got 2 outs. You got your number 9 hitter up. So we either Mickey has a lot of faith in the, in this young man here just getting it done.
You're probably not going to see a throwdown from Sanovich.
With 2 outs and the number 9 hitter up and 2 strikes, I would certainly think he's going at this point. Nope.
Runner stays, and a 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Sosa strikes out, but the Eagles have tied it up at 2 in what's been a pitcher's duel where runs have come in strange ways, to say the least. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning. 2-2 ball game. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Alderstone 3 complete, no hits.
Bottom of the 4th, no hitter going, as Tripp mentioned there, for Lane DeLauder, Nick Verzolini, Tripp Tobin, Avery Newport here on the call, Donald Kinney on camera, Spencer Dupuy, our on-site producer, Tom McLaughlin back in the studio. No hitter going for DeLauder, but the Bulldogs have scored 2 runs despite that, and definitely been kind of a weird games in terms of how runs have been scored.
Yeah, certainly. We've seen a lot of leadoff guys get on one way or another and come around to score, but the hits have not come. Nobody's really hit the ball hard yet, squared any up. We've had a lot of, like Bub had a C&I hit, and other than his line drive into right field that Morris played on the one hop, everything else has been around the infield or popped up, shallow. And except for the ball that Jackson Ruiz kind of misplayed out there in the wind, we haven't really seen the ball hit hard yet on neither one of these pictures. Neither one of these offenses have hit anything hard.
Yeah, there's been a few infield singles for Martinsburg, but for Hedgesville,
yeah, Martinsburg,
I should say. But Martinsburg has been hitless so far. Jake Zittel at the plate.
And at the moment, I think we're looking at the plays that Braylon Connor has made, versus the errors that Martinsburg has made, that has kind of made a little bit of a difference.
This pitch high and inside to Zittel. He ducks out of the way.
And by difference, I mean difference in it being 2-0 Martinsburg as opposed to being, 2-2 instead of being, 2-0. Martinsburg does 5 errors. Lucky you only give up, 2 runs in that inning.
Yeah, typically you don't see that. If you're, above 3 or 4 errors, you're probably giving up more than just 2 runs. But that gives credit to the pitching as that one misses for a ball. A 2-0 count on Zittel.
Zittel scored a run after reaching on a walk his last time up.
He got behind 0-2 and then was able to draw 4 straight balls. That one off the glove of Sosa and rolls to the backstop for ball 3. So he gets ahead this time 3-0.
And what we've seen with these leadoff walks, they equal runs. So Lane needs to fight back here. If not, if it continues to go at the same rate,
trend.
this trend, then Zittel's going to be coming around at some point if he doesn't work his way back here.
The 3-0 to Zittel inside for ball 4, so Zittel reaches again on the walk.
4-pitch walk. And there you see him with Sosa had set up slightly outside on the outside corner, and he missed inside, so he didn't just miss. He missed a spot, and also needs to regroup here and settle in.
Michael Lupus to the plate, the number 6 hitter in the lineup, the third baseman. Again, Bub playing in on the grass on the third base side. Throw back towards Zittel, and he dives in safely.
Lane certainly shows his A move when he brings it.
Righty versus righty matchup here. Lupus digging in against DeLauder, the pitch from DeLauder, inside corner in there for a strike.
Sometimes, he's pitching backwards a little bit here with that curveball, but also sometimes when you miss with 4 straight fastballs, you have to just change the grip and get something in there. Plus, first pitch curveball is a good pitch to throw when you're expecting a bunt. It's hard to bunt a curveball, so good baseball there. Bub's way up in the grass, expecting the bunt. Here it comes.
Lupus lays it down, and it goes foul, so now finds himself behind 0-2. Could eliminate the bunt, but just kind of depends on how good of a bunter and how confident Coach Byler is in Lupus as he looks down toward Coach and now steps back in the batter's box.
So Lupus laid down a beautiful bunt the last time, in a very similar situation, which, created a run. So don't be surprised if it doesn't happen again.
The 0-2, Zittel takes his lead off first. 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. Lupus swings away, and he swings and misses for strike 3. DeLauder getting him with the heater.
And that's kind of not what you don't want after. You want to, get a bunt down and get a productive at bat. The strikeout really hurts. It changes the inning, a bit. So
that will bring Carson Buber to the plate. Zittel takes his lead off first, and now 1 away in the inning, and Hedgesville still expecting bunt. Throw over towards Zittel. He dives back in. It's a good pickoff move from DeLauder.
He's throwing it. He's putting it right on the money, too. So you have to wonder a little bit, when you take the first strike, it played into Lane's hand, the 4-pitch walk, because then you almost have to not, you're kind of looking see where he's going to be.
Buber takes that pitch for a strike down the middle.
And he gets a called strike on Lupus, which puts him at 0-1, so he basically gets one chance to bunt there. So, it's just baseball. When you throw a 4-pitch walk, you're not necessarily going to bunt the very next pitch. You're hoping to maybe he'll get another, more get yourself in a hitting situation or a pass ball or something, but it just didn't work out.
0-1 count. Zittel takes his lead. DeLauder looks in, delivers to Sosa, and that pitch off the chest protector of Sosa. He can't track it down, and Zittel will take second.
And like I said, there's the reason why you probably don't see Coach Byler putting the bunt on very first pitch. A lot of times they'll say, if you're going to bunt, go ahead and bunt. Go ahead and bunt the first pitch. But coming off 4-pitch walk, a little bit wild, you never know. You're trying to give up an out as well, but get the runner moved up. So the runner's moved up, nobody hurt, and it's sort of like a sacrifice. So you can look at it that
again,
way.
Not really a base runner, but he's already had some opportunities to advance in this game. Scored the run earlier.
Buber hits it hard, and that's the first hit of the ball game. Zittel trying to round third. No, it's still a pivot smartly as the left fielder tracked that one down quickly there for Hedgesville.
Yeah, Kimball
was there.
He wasn't playing real deep, so I mean, when the ball was hit, he got there quickly. But another interesting situation, fun to watch. Coaches, first and third, tight ball game, 1 out. Lower part of the lineup. Are you going to try to create chaos, or are you going to leave it up to just basic, hit, pitch, run baseball here and see if Asanovich can just knock the run in, or are we going to see some movement here out of Buber and some first and third play? So now we're getting into some strategy, which is the fun part of the game here. What's Coach Grove calling here?
Seems to be
what's
a stoppage
Coach Baller?
or something. Looks like Grove's coming out of the dugout. Might have a conversation with DeLauder here.
Yeah, how you want to play things just entirely as the defense. As Carson Buber breaks up the no-hitter here in 4 1/3 innings.
A couple of things here. I mean, you got first and third, you got 1 out, you got a 2-2 ball game, but you also got Lane, pushing 60 pitches. So he probably checking on his, a great time to come check on his pitcher, check on his health at the moment this early in the season. Certainly on a pitch count, I'm sure. Who knows if he'll come out the next inning. I don't see any activity in the bullpen, but definitely a good time to come out and check on his pitcher and make sure they all understand the play. This early in the season, new catcher, Aiden Milton held that spot down for 2 years, and he's pretty much field general. He's got a new catcher back there, so give him a little hand and make sure this first and third play is something that they can execute and that everybody's in the right places. So again, we'll see the strategy from the two teams here, the two head coaches. Bub's playing, up in the grass here, expecting, possibly a bunt or a squeeze or something here.
Sanovich will swing away, and hits off of the bat and off of the umpire's mask as well, I believe, but didn't phase him.
That looks like it got him a little stinger. Jeff is pumping that right arm. I don't know if it caught him on the top of the shoulder, or if it looked like it kind of come off, caromed off the mask there, top of the mask. So.
That's what it sounded like, at least. Sanovich will dig back in. Runners are at the corners. 2-2 ball game. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
It looked like we were just going to play, straight up and see what each team was going to do.
Oh, a lot of fake the throw to the third and then comes back toward first.
It's lucky he didn't throw the ball away. You come off that turf mound, and it's Martinsburg's mound's a little, has a little bit more. It's not quite pancaked, I would say, as much as others. Has a little height to it, and he slipped coming down when he threw back. He still was able to throw a nice throw over, but it could have been a disaster there.
Breaking ball, they'll let as a runner takes off and no contested throw. Buber will take second. So 2 runners now with runners in scoring position.
Took a few pitches, but they both decided to steal and let him go.
1-1 count, 1 away in the inning. Buber on second, Zittel on third. Asanovich at the plate for the Bulldogs. DeLauder delivers the pitch, popped into the infield. Sosa trying to chase it down. It will be out of play.
It made it into about 2 foot in, just over the fence there.
Yeah.
Right into the lap of, looks like possibly Jordan Campy's mom there. Looks like everybody's okay down there as it got in the first row. Sosa come out of there, mask off, ready to make a play.
Yeah.
They tracked pretty well.
Only a junior, Sosa.
So Sanovich I believe he's the one who got the ball out in the right field there that kind of got Ruiz spun around last time.
1-2 count on Asanovich, 2 on, 1 away in a 2-2 ball game. Bub again, the third baseman, playing in on the grass for Hedgesville. The pitch to Asanovich outside for a ball. Bring the count even at 2-2.
And you can see Lane just kind of carry that curveball a little too far, kind of pushing it or trying to place it. He stayed with it way too long. He's long and lean anyway, and that time his release point was way too deep into his delivery there.
DeLauder, the sophomore, standing on that turf mound. Pitch again away and outside for a ball. Make it 3 balls, 2 strikes on Asanovich. The number 8 hitter in the Martinsburg lineup with 2 on and a 2-2 game.
I say first base is open, so a walk here doesn't really hurt, but what it does do, more than likely, it puts Hudson Clement in the hole. So, it gives him an opportunity unless there's a double play somewhere. it'll put him up to the plate before the inning's over, and that's something you don't want to see with bases loaded if you're Hedgesville.
Full count, Asanovich at the plate. The pitch to Asanovich hit hard on the ground towards short. That will score the run on the sacrifice and an error. Another run coming around to score for the Dogs. And they take a 4-2 lead. Nichols couldn't handle the throw from the shortstop. And the Bulldogs, as Connor couldn't make a great throw there from short. And the Dogs take advantage again on an error to make it a 4-2 ball game. Would have been a sacrifice anyway.
It was a great piece of hitting by Asanovich, to get the ball in play. The infield was back, and that's, questionable as well. If you want to, you want to be an armchair quarterback as to why Hedgesville didn't play up to keep that run. But, we're still only looking really in the fourth inning, so looking to get the out there, and give up the run for now at that point, but end up giving up 2 runs. So,
Canby will take that pitch for a strike on the outside part of the play. Jordan Canby, the Dogs center fielder.
So, if they're up there, it's right at him. He might hold the runner and make the play, but again, that is, it depends on how you want to play the game, how you want to, defend, in the fourth inning of a 7-inning game.
Sanovich takes his lead. That off-speed pitch misses outside for a ball. 1-1 count on Canby.
Canby took that pitch, but, he followed that pitch all the way back, which is very important if you want to, follow it back. Make sure the umpire knows you saw it. And a very good, if there is such a thing, a really good take.
1-1 count. Chopper.
Trouble.
This will be tough for DeLauder. He can't handle it in the glove. Able to check the runner, though. So runners on the corners. And the Bulldogs reach. See if they roll that infield single for Canby.
There would have been trouble with his speed. I think if Lane comes up with it for sure, he makes the play, but
very tough play to make, even for the tall DeLauder.
Yeah.
Having to leap up and just knock that ball down. So the Dogs have runners at the corners and have got it back to the top of the lineup with Hudson Clement. Yeah. And 1 out, still only in the inning.
Look for Canby to go. The problem is not the problem, but the Lauder has to throw over here. Has to keep him honest, and it has to be a throw.
Again with that fake to third and throw back to first. Canby slides back in safely. As we kind of mentioned with that turf mound, it's dangerous, and obviously Canby's speed and a runner on third to try that move.
If that ball gets past Nichols, not only does we score, does Martinsburg score, but Canby's on third easily, with Ruest kind of shading and playing deep for Hudson.
Same move. DeLauder throws it back. That time Canby didn't even have to slide back in. So runners on the corners for Martinsburg. Sanovich down there at third. Canby on first. Hudson Clement at the plate, still waiting his first pitch of the inning with 1 away.
There's not much Lane can do with that kind of speed over there other than just let him know, I know you're there. I'd step off and maybe check him again. At some point in time, Jordan's going to take off. And he just has to be smart enough to let the ball, let Lane get going to home.
Sosa had one throw down earlier. I think that was really his only one on Hudson Clement, stolen base back in the first inning. DeLauder again checks him back.
Same play. And again, you have to keep an eye on him. Yeah,
maybe if you catch Canby leaning, you can get him over there.
A lot of strategy here. Like it's the game of baseball. What are you going to do? What am I going to do to counter it?
This time a throw over to third. Bub with a good glove over there and secures that one.
So you got a pinch runner out there, correct? Are we looking at, is it Grove running for Sanovich?
Yeah.
Has a Grove out there again? So Grove not having a tremendously big lead. And I think what Lane's saying here is we don't think we can throw out, Jordan, even on a slide step or a fastball.
Canby does take off towards second. He'll get in there easily as the pitch was low and tough to Sosa to handle, and Sosa able to block it.
You tip your cap to Lane for doing all he could to hold him there. A lot of times pitchers just get up there, and when they get in a little bit of a trouble like this, they just want to hurry up and throw and try to get out of this inning, and it just leads to more chaos. So tip your cap to him for still the game only goes through him. He has to deliver the pitch.
1-0 pitch to Hudson Clement right down the middle for strike one. It's a 1-1 pitch, or 1-1 count now on Clement. 2 runners in scoring position with just one away here in the bottom of the fourth. Martinsburg on top 4-2. It's been a competitive ball game, but just kind of a weird game on how runs have been scored so far. The pitch to Clement taken for strike 2. Nice pitch there from the Lotter.
We see Zittel, though, takes the leadoff walk, and he scores, even though it was an error. And even though he was going to score, but he was going to score on the fielder's choice before the error, which scored the second run. But so you're still looking at these leadoff batters that reach, scoring for both teams, and also turn the lineup over here as Martinsburg gets back to the top when you give those free bases.
It's kind of been the key to this game so far. Lead runners as Clement sends a chopper for Bub. He'll throw home. The play at the plate. Got him at home. Grove trying to slide in. A good tag and positioning by Sosa, and a great throw from Bub as well.
That's good baseball in pretty much both ways. You can say what you want about Grove taking off there, but it's a read play. He has to go at the crack of the bat, and when it was hit, he took off, and Bub's probably, if not one of the best, if not the best third baseman in the EPAC, and he made a tremendous throw. And the young catcher here set up perfectly, made a nice tag, and we got to see him come sliding across that turf.
Yeah.
Head first. Huge play there.
That's one thing about the turf is you're not going to have any dirt kick-ups. So easy read for the
I wonder if Grove, or Groves. I wonder if he's got some turf elbow after that.
Yeah.
You got to think Hudson's going right.
That would make sense in this situation.
2 outs.
2 away. Dogs on top, 4-2. Runners on the corners for Martinsburg.
He's going this time. He's leaning.
Yep. Hudson takes off. No throw. So he's in there at second. So 2 runners in scoring position for Landon Sifford.
You have to feel for Sosa a bit when you're trying to throw out, sub-6 runners. They're bringing it, well, maybe not sub-6, but extremely fast base runners.
That pitch in there for a strike.
The wind is starting to pick up yet again.
So
got a couple gusts coming in.
Big at bat for Sifford. Sifford took one to the Bulldog sign out there in the East Hardy game, so wind blowing a little bit. I'm sure he'd like to get some lift on this one, but right now he just needs to find some green.
2-1 pitch to Sifford, hit hard into left center field, going back at the wall. It's just off the top of the wall. That will score 2 for the Bulldogs. Sifford is in there at second with the 2 RBI double, and Martinsburg extends the lead to 6-2.
Well, again, hardest ball we've seen hit since the first inning when Bub, sent a liner out to right. That ball was hit and just, if the fence is 2 foot shorter, it's a home run, and it wasn't one of those ones that if he got it in the air, it would have been a home run. He actually kept it below the jet stream, hit a line drive, so that's what kept it in the park, that he hit it that hard and with that much top spin. But a young man showing a lot of pop with the bat here, in 2 consecutive games. Probably, I would have to think he leads a team in RBIs.
Yeah.
He cleared the bases the other night with a similar shot.
And it's Sifford doing damage as that one misses outside. First pitch to Morris. And he's nearly had 2 home runs in these first 2 games. So a guy that started the year well for the Bulldogs.
And you're starting to see some warming up in the. Seen a pitcher warm up down there in right field for Hedgesville as Lane, pushing the 80 pitch mark, which is probably his threshold, maybe, 70, 80 this time of year. He probably was hoping to get 70 out of him in 4 innings, maybe, if not more. But wheels kind of came off here. A couple errors and a Finally left one up for one of the Bulldog hitters.
Morris takes that one for a ball. Throw down to second, and Sifford collides with Connor at short. Runner has a right to the bag.
Yeah, he does.
So
you're going to
Connor
hear
standing in the baseline.
Yeah.
Both of them look a little shaken up.
Yeah,
after that collision.
Yeah, that is.
They're certainly inadvertent on as he turned.
On both guys.
As the throw brought brought Connor off of first back into the baseline towards third as Sifford was retreating, and they ran into each other. Riley Bub doesn't seem to be too happy about it as Mike Nichols kind of pushes him away.
Looks like Aaron Byler's out there talking with Sifford to see if he's okay.
But two tough young men there. They were teammates this summer on the Legion team, so maybe hopefully they don't have hard feelings. But this is what you see in the EPAC games here, in the sectional games, when they really get after it for each other. Get after each other, that is, for sectional games. It looks like they're all going to just head back, and so I guess Grove didn't come out. Oh, I guess he didn't come out, did he?
No, Sifford staying on second.
Sifford stayed. Riley Bub went over and had a chat with the coach. I guess the coach told him to calm down a little bit. A little angry with that collision.
Morris at the plate. Take that one for a strike.
So everything settled back in, and Lane comes in and throws the strikes. We're back to normal here.
Sitting on 3-1 count. 6-2 Bulldogs on top.
He might come out of his shoes with this swing. He looking loose and like he wants to turn that bat loose.
Hitter's count here at 3-1. The pitch to Morris. Swing and miss on the pitch on the outside.
Not a good pitch to swing on.
He's telling Coach Baller, that's on me. He had predetermined he was going to take a hack at something close. But not a good 3-1 swing. You should be looking for your pitch there, not letting DeLauder off the hook, which is what he did there. And
it's now a full count. Morris will step off as DeLauder look back to the runner. Sifford standing on second.
Yeah, Morris, could have been standing on first base. Instead, took a daddy hack, or wanted to take a hack, and ended up just getting full with the curveball.
3-2 pitch to Morris. Takes that one on the corner. That time it's called a strike.
Wow.
Looking. That will end the inning for the Bulldogs rally for 4 to take a 6-2 lead. We'll head to the fifth. Martinsburg 6, Hedgesville 2. This is West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the Ridgeline's maker. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park, Martinsburg. On top now, 6-2 after a 4-run inning. Hedgesville with a few errors. Good hit by Sifford with the 2 RBI double. And that helps the Bulldogs and puts Joe Paulson in a great situation now with a 4-run lead.
All right, so we got 8 runs on the board. We got both teams have 2 hits each, so we got 8 runs on the board, 4 hits, and then both teams.
They weren't 2 grand slams.
Yeah, and we got 2 teams combined for 9 errors, which is something that we didn't think we would see with these 2 teams.
But that's part of this early season. You're going to see more errors until the guys build a whole lot of chemistry. As Paulson misses on that pitch to make it a 1-0 count.
And granted, I guess half of those errors, or at least 3 of them, were from the wind. I would credit the wind some.
That one hit hard towards second, but Buber fields it cleanly and fires the first for the out. So Gage Gano is retired as Hedgesville has it back to the top of its order.
Buber continues to be sure-handed over there. The balls that are hit that way, he's going to get a glove on and make a play. He's showing that his range, showing his ability to stay with, with the baseball over there and make plays.
Braylon Connor coming to the plate. Connor 0 for 2 in the ball game. Pitches outside for a ball.
Paulson sitting on 65 pitches, and DeLauder was right at 80. So I would venture to say we probably won't see Lane in the in the bottom of the fifth here.
That one in there for a strike, 1-1 count.
And I'm not sure the progressions at Martinsburg. I know that Coach Zarnecki has them on a 30, 40, 50, as they build their arm strength up through the flex days in the in the preseason.
There's a chopper throw over to first is in time for the out as Paulson finds Edwards at first for the out. And again, he's working quickly through this Hedgesville lineup for the most part when there hasn't been leadoff walks or some errors behind him. 2 outs in this inning, and Riley Bubb coming to the plate.
Yeah, Riley Bubb's going to be a tough out here. He got 2 quick outs to begin this fifth, but we've seen Bubb have a pretty good game today. He's gotten on a few times. He scored a run, scored a stolen base as well.
Bubb fouls away the first pitch.
He's the only 2 hits that Hedgesville has at this point. He has the screamer out the right, and then he has the ball that got it between in the 6 hole there, the 5-6 hole that kind of got kicked around out there, and he beat it out. So if Hedgesville's going to find some life here with 2 outs, Bubb can certainly add it.
The 0-1 with 2 away is high for a ball. So 1-1 count, 2 outs. Bubb at the plate. Paulson delivers the 1-1. Chopper down the third baseline. Throw over is not in time as Riley Bubb able to run that one out. Lupus had a little bit of an issue with it, getting it in his glove, and couldn't make the throw in time. A long throw down there from third base, and the speed of Bubb allows him to reach first safely. So Jackson Ruess back to the plate.
Once he bobbled it down there, he kind of took the long hop, instead of coming to getting the short hop, took, with the in-between hop, he kind of stayed back to take the long hop, got him up in the belly there, and did a great job of keeping it in front of him, and then the speed of Bubb just kept him from getting the out.
Fouls it away.
Ruess with a little golf swing there.
So unfortunately,
that low pitch.
Unfortunately, we'll probably see an error on Lupus there, but for the most part, probably 60% of, if not more, of the high school players, that right there is a put out. But great hustle by Bubb, and a great job by Lupus keeping it front.
If you're going to pick up an error, if you're able to keep it in front of you and not allow the runner to advance on a poor throw.
Yeah, that's a lot nicer than the one just kind of goes between your legs, or at least. But they both look in the book as an error, but
right.
It's like degrees of error.
You feel
right?
better about it.
Yeah.
Big swing by Ruess.
I kept it in front of me.
Fouls it away. Yeah.
And again, this field, early, they were playing this turf. I mean, it's the familiar. Like these guys haven't been on the field much with the snow that we had over the weekend, and the field maintenance that's been going on here. So, it's been a little tough. Get a lot of reps.
The 1-2 to Ruess, the chopper toward Paulson. Good glove on it.
Play.
He'll toss it to first for the out.
It over
there. He gave it the little ephus instead of just stepping and throwing. Yeah, but worked quick, got out of it.
The Eagles leave 1 on. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Martinsburg on top 6-2. This West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine is now offering a new robotic-assisted platform for minimally invasive biopsy in the lung. The ION system by Intuitive allows pulmonologists to diagnose lung cancers earlier and less invasively than ever before. With the ION system, tissue samples can be obtained from hard-to-reach areas of the lung, resulting in earlier diagnosis of smaller nodules and better outcomes for patients. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
Hi, my name's Corey, and I'm here at Orsini's in beautiful Martinsburg, West Virginia.
We no longer specialize in only appliances. We have kitchen design, countertops, cabinets, flooring, and even a new 1,200 square foot sleep studio with brands such as Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. 304-267-7251, 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. We price match the big box stores, and we give back to our local community.
Orsini's.com.
On Lane. Bottom of the 6th inning, 6-2 Martinsburg. Lane DeLauder today is over. New pitcher out there for the Hedgesville Eagles is Tanner Matthew. Our pitching changes are brought to you by Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Spencer rides with them, so you should too. As Matthew on the mound, now the righty checking into the ball game. Another basketball player, so a guy that kind of like Jackson West, his teammate, started probably a little bit later than the rest of his teammates.
So certainly Lane's outing does not indicate the 6 runs that were scored. Lane went 4 complete innings through 80 pitches, 47 for strikes. He only gave up 2 hits, and only one of them was hit hard, and that was the double by Landon Sifford. And then 6 runs were put on the board, but only 1 were earned. He struck out 3 while walking 4. 4 of those 3, at least 3 that I know of, those baseball walks came around to score on him. So, the errors are what has this game where it's at, and I believe Lane did, threw really well, give his team a chance to win, and then he just didn't get the support behind him, and certainly doesn't have the run support at the moment either, with just 2 hits from his teammates and in a few errors. So great night, I think, for Lane. A lot to build on there, a lot to be proud of.
Matthew with kind of an interesting windup as that one misses outside for a ball. And you mentioned DeLauder, I think it was 4 1/3 without a hit that he had given up. So only a sophomore. Pretty good work out there as Caleb Edwards comes to the plate for the Bulldogs. Has a 1-0 count. Tanner Matthew now pitching for Hedgesville. 6-2 lead for Martinsburg here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch can't quite hit that outside corner as it misses for a ball.
I think Matthew's got to get comfortable here. It's his first time in the ball game, so give him a couple pitches. He's down 2-0 right now, but
coming in the heart of the order here, and the cleanup hitter. I assume Matthew is a freshman, sophomore? Do we know?
Believe
We're not
a
sure.
sophomore.
So first time out there on the varsity mound.
Junior for Tanner Matthew.
Oh, was it junior? Mm-hmm. Didn't see a lot of varsity time last year with that, with all those seniors. So. Right. Here he is out here getting a shot. Hedgesville certainly still in the game. Still in the game at this point. How's that?
2-0 count as
keep having trouble with my microphone.
Throws it outside, and Edwards is able to take the base safely.
So we'll see how this trend plays out.
Yeah. So
Lead-off walk
leads to a run. At least. Actually, on both sides, it seems like. Aaron Byler coming in to maybe make a change here with Edwards on first and Zittle due up.
Looks like he's going with a pinch runner here.
Yep.
Looks like it's Grove back again.
Wilt, isn't it?
Is it Wilt?
Number 6?
Yep, that would be Wilt.
Logan Wilt's going to come in and pinch run. I would assume that Edwards will re-enter.
How many re-entries do you get in high school baseball?
So Wilt's in the game at this point.
Right.
So he's in the game until Caleb comes back in. So when Wilt goes out, he'll be out for the duration at this point.
Gotcha.
But Caleb can re-enter back in his spot.
So Zittle coming to the plate. Wilt on first now for Edwards. Jake Zittle has drawn some of those leadoff walks leading to runs. This time, though, he's in the 2-hole for this inning.
Wilt's got a lot of speed over there as well. He can run with those top-tier guys.
Matthews pitch in there with the heater on the inside part of the plate.
He probably in the top 3 to 4 speedsters on this team.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he'll take off here soon with Matthew on the mound. He looks back toward the runner, throws back, and Wilt is in there safely.
He's in there standing. Look for him to get another step this time. He was out to the cutout already and got back. He's quite quick. He's out there quickly again.
Zittel facing an 0-1 count with the runner on first. Wilt takes off. Sosa's throw down. Pretty good throw, but it's behind the runner, and Wilt is in there with the stolen base.
Yeah, Sosa has a tall task back there trying to throw out Wilt and Canby and Hudson Clement. Not sure many in the EPAC or in the state are going to do that consistently, if at all.
So Zittel has worked the count even to 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilt now standing on second base. Matthew, the junior, delivers the pitch. In there again, gets that inside corner. That time low and inside for a strike.
I don't think Zittel wants that ball. He doesn't seem to care for that pitch that's in there. And if Matthews can throw it there again, both times it's been inner half for sure. Maybe on the black.
Tough to get your hands around on that one. Pitch from Matthew again. That time Zittel got a pretty good swing on it, but it goes foul down the third baseline.
Went a little off speed, went outside, and Zittel fought it off. Didn't quite go with it like like you'd like to see him, but at least he fought it off.
Keep his at bat alive here with a 1-2 count. No outs in the inning.
He did hit a ball really hard out in the right center against East Hardy. That was, I believe that was, or was that he got robbed on there? So he does have the ability to get in the other alley, on the opposite side.
Pitch to Zittel, big swing and a miss. Matthew gets the strikeout. Good work for Tanner Matthew after his leadoff walk. Pitched pretty well to Jake Zittel there. A dangerous hitter at the plate. Michael Lupus now coming to the plate for the Bulldogs. Wilt standing on second for Martinsburg now with 1 away in the inning and a 6-2 lead.
Lupus finally coming up tonight with not in a sacrifice situation.
Slow roller toward first will be a tough play. Nichols outruns Lupus to the bag for the second out of the inning, but Wilt advances to third.
See, he did move the runner over, of course, so he'll get it. He'll get that to his credit, I'm sure. And Coach Baller and the hitting coaches over there are going to be after him about his 0-0 contact there, not getting the hard good cut there at 0-0. So you like to see those 0-0 swings be a lot more offensive and less defensive.
So Carson Buber coming to play. Buber's played well today on both sides, offense and defense.
He's got a hit, stolen base, scored a run as well. He's been active on the base paths.
Takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0 count, 2 away. Runner in scoring position down there at third base. Buber takes that one for a strike, low at the knees to make the count even at 1-1. Tanner Matthew had a leadoff walk in his first batter faced, and since then has got the strikeout and the ground out. See if he can strand that runner at third. That one hit hard and off the top of the pole.
Off the light.
Yeah.
So
right back to the pitcher.
Flying off.
And Matthew will get a new ball.
Yeah.
Might have a couple of burn marks on that ball.
So Matthew's a 1 strike away from getting out of an inning after a leadoff walk without a run scored.
Should be impressive for a guy that enters the game and didn't get a whole lot of action a year ago for Hedgesville. This pitch, swing and a miss, strike number 3.
So he got strike 3. Yeah, that's for him to come back and he got a strikeout, a soft ground out, and a strikeout after giving up that walk. So tip your hat to Matthew to come in and shut the door down and
keep this at a 4-run deficit as we head to the 6th inning. Martinsburg on top, 6-2. Paulson coming back out for the 6th. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. And we want to make an announcement. The Martinsburg High School Alumni Banquet will be held at the Holiday Inn on Saturday, May 28th, 2022 at 1 p.m. Tickets will be $25 each. They'll go on sale in early April. More details on where to purchase the tickets will be announced later. As the Bulldogs hold a 6-2 lead over Hedgesville, and Joe Paulson continues to deal Avery so far, and good to see this guy come out his first outing and pitch well.
Yeah, I mean, so far he's really racking up the strikeouts in this one. Got 6 of them so far on the evening, and he's really held this game in control so far for Martinsburg. Again, he's had some trouble with his defense tonight. They've really let him down. They've given up those 2 runs on the board, but for the most part, his pitching has been really solid.
So Eagles at the plate need to get a rally going here in the 6th. Only have one more opportunity after this to get some runs on the board. Down by 4, Hayden Kimball at the plate. He fouls off the first pitch, now takes the second pitch high for a ball. 1-1 count on Kimball. The left fielder for Hedgesville.
Looking in, looks like Mossman beat Spring Mills 3-1.
Kimball ripped that one, but it goes foul.
Good contact made there by Kimball.
He was able to straighten that one out. Might have been gone. And
struggled a bit making contact today. He was struck out looking the last time up.
Fouls that one away, make it a 1-2 count with no outs in the inning.
We've got an update here. Another team in action in the EPAC. Jefferson taking care of business. They win on the road 4-0 over Highland.
Yeah, Musselman at Spring Mills, and it looks like Musselman beat Spring Mills 3-1 tonight as Dylan Stevens and Trevor Bohr combined for all 7 innings, and looks like Herndon went 7 innings for Spring Mills. Herndon gave up 6 hits on 3 runs and 3 earned, struck out 6, and took the loss in a 3-1 loss. Looks like Jason Myers got a double for Musselman when there wasn't a tremendous amount of offense there. So 3-1 Musselman over Spring Mills.
Kimball working to a 3-2 count. The pitch from Paulson is outside for ball 4, so he'll reach base safely. As my papers go flying through the wind.
Washington took a loss last night at Loudoun County. And as Loudoun County comes storming back, down 10-5 in the bottom of the 7th to tie it up, and then ended up winning it in the bottom of the 8th. So Washington taking a loss there.
It's a Washington team that a lot of people have pointed out is maybe a potential contender this year if a lot of guys coming back. As Nichols takes this pitch outside for ball 1, 1-0 count. And again, Tripp, we've talked about the leadoff walk. And Hedgesville has that situation here to begin the inning. At a time where the Eagles needed down 6-2. Nichols lifts this one out the deep left, but it's going to go foul.
This young man definitely has home run power. We've witnessed it last year at Hedgesville Park and then throughout the summer. You groove a pitch for him, and you're going to find it in that quarry. And he'll cut this deficit in half with the one swing if Paulson would make a mistake.
Paulson
he just about did.
Now Asanovich will come out and speak with Paulson out there on the mound. 1-1 count. Hedgesville with the runner on and a chance to potentially get back into this ball game as Nichols nearly lifted one out of the park, but it was just fouled. Hayden Kimball standing there on first. Asanovich and Paulson's discussion has come to a close. Nichols will work his way back inside the batter's box. Here in the top of the 6th inning. Martinsburg with the 6-2 lead. Lane DeLauder had a no-hitter going through 4 1/3, but the game was tied at 2. Martinsburg rallying in that 4th inning with 4 runs to take that 6-2 lead as Nichols takes that one inside for a ball. So 2-1 count on him.
Lane ran that through 3 1/3. He gave up one in the 4th after 3 outs, so he didn't quite make it to the 4th spot, but he had retired 10 outs before giving up that hit. That was something to say for a team here that lit up 27 runs the night before, or 2 nights ago, to come in and slow them down and to give his team a chance to win there as he did tonight.
That one just misses outside for ball number 3.
But that ball that Mike hit is probably the hardest ball hit tonight.
Yeah.
It just decided to go about 40 feet foul.
3-1 count. Runner on first for the Eagles. Nichols at the plate here. Paulson's pitch. Nichols takes it for a strike.
Right at the knees.
Yep, just
He
got
watched
that
it.
one across.
He didn't like it. He looked down at Coach Nicky Brown and said, "Yeah, that's a strike, but that wasn't my pitch." So he's feeling confident. He's seen the baseball. When that happens, the batter's seeing the baseball and see what he can do here with 2 strikes.
Full count. Kimball on first. Hedgesville trying to rally here in the 6th inning. The pitch misses outside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks, and you wonder now, what is Coach Aaron Byler thinking in the Martinsburg dugout?
Yeah, I don't think that he has many. I believe it's not going to be too long. I can see Coach Zarnicki still on the bucket, and they may be going around to someone. I can't tell. Martinsburg, you can't see who's warming up because they're behind the fence there, but at this rate, pushing 80 pitches, someone's warming up.
Matthew now to the plate for his first plate appearance. Hedgesville with runners on first and second. Matthew taking the first pitch for a ball. After Tanner Matthew walked the leadoff runner in his 1 inning of work so far, he then comes out with a strikeout, ground out, and then another strikeout to end the potential Martinsburg rally as that one comes back. Pitch for Paulson makes it a 1-1 count. No outs here in the inning. Runners on first and second for the Hedgesville Eagles.
Joe's at 90 pitches.
Pitch from Paulson right there, right down the middle.
Whoever was warming up is back in because I can see, looks like Mercurio's down there and he's back, so someone's ready to go.
It looks like somebody's walking up.
At least for now, Paulson remains on the mound. The pitch just misses for a ball. They get a 2-2 count.
One thing when you keep the lead at under 5, it's still always could be one swing away from tying it.
4 runs sounds like a lot, but really isn't. Especially in a situation here where you got a 2-2 count and 2 on via the walk. That one high for ball 3.
And what you're seeing here too is, with no outs, and the bottom of the lineup coming up, but it's going to get turned over this inning. So, and that's what you try to do in high school baseball. You try to turn the lineup back over to the guys who can change the game and get the hands back up to the top with Gage and Connor and Bub.
The 3-2 pitch. Got him looking on Tanner Matthew. Got it right on that outside corner. Beautiful placement for Paulson. That's a big strikeout.
Yeah, the second you think that Paulson's done, he comes back and, he's kind of rubber arm and just keeps going. You don't ever hear much out of Paulson with sore stiffness, even early in the year. So, it's not hard to believe that he's, going later in the game like this.
Paulson delivers that pitch high for a ball. Chris French, the second baseman, coming to the plate. The number 8 hitter in the lineup for Hedgesville. Nichols on first for the Eagles.
And again, a lot of time it goes back to, over in the cage over there, their progressions, their bullpens, how they build the arm strength throughout the preseason, off-season, preseason.
That one fouled away by French. Kimball standing there on second. So Hedgesville with 2 on, 1 away, and a 1-1 count for French. Could really use a hit here if you're the Eagles. The hit's not coming very commonly against Paulson so far. Pitch count, though, getting high, as you mentioned, and that's Well-placed ball by Frank Clement, though, fires to second. Oh, my gosh, what a play.
What a great play.
Thought for sure that was getting through into the outfield and would have driven in a run. But Hudson Clement with an excellent play to get the force out at second.
Not only does he make a great play, but he knows what base to go to. He knows where the speed's at and where the speed's not at. So, Mike Nichols not being the speedster on the team, knowing he had a shot there, he never even thought, he just went straight for the baseball, straight to second. So, got a pinch hitter here.
Yep, Connor
Quinn.
Quinn,
I believe, is in the game.
Will come in and pitch hit for Sammy Sosa. With runners on the corners and 2 away in the inning. Hedgesville.
A big strikeout and a big defensive play here.
Yep.
It has really changed this inning.
There was 2 on with no outs. Paulson got that strikeout, and Hudson Clement delivering a great play at shortstop. The pitch here, hit hard towards second. Booberg gets to it. Can he make the throw in time? No, he won't. Hedgesville will score the run from third. The third down to third. The Lupus! They got him! So only 1 run will come across the score as Carson Boober had trouble getting the ball out initially, but then fires to third and gets the runner.
I'm not sure why, the field umpire in the B position there can make that call. Why they don't ask for an appeal down to, to home to a better view possibly. But maybe Nicky Brown saw the same thing that Neil's seen out there. So anyway, ends on a throw out, which is something you don't want to end the inning at third base.
No, definitely not. We'll take a 60-second break when we return. At the bottom of 6, see if Martinsburg can add to its lead or if Hedgesville, Tanner Matthew has another answer for the Dogs. 6-3 now our score. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRR and TV 10.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with 1-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
Steak.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. A 6-3 lead for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Tanner Matthews staying on the mound for Hedgesville. He was able to work out with a leadoff walk with a ground out and then a strikeout. And Asanovich coming to the plate for the Dogs.
So that was a big play in the inning with Carson Boober getting to that baseball for one, almost getting out at first, but then having the wherewithal to take off.
Asanovich hits it hard, hits off the foot of Matthew. Bump with the wild throw. Little dugout, and then he runs into Nichols. Asanovich.
They got some words for each other over there. Wow, what a collision.
Yeah. I was watching the ball, so I really didn't see what happened.
I think the ball got away from Nichols over there at first, and I don't know, maybe I think he just kind of shoved Asanovich.
Yeah, I think Asanovich and Connor kind of getting into it over there at second.
Asanovich hits the ball hard off of the pitcher's foot, and it comes flying straight to Bub at third, who has a play at first, who has Bub out at first. I mean, who has Asanovich out at first if he makes a good throw, but he throws the ball high and up the line. And as Nichols comes down, it appears that he, and then they're trying to decide whether or not he was intentional when he came down.
Right.
But, he's pretty much a football player protecting himself there, and he outweighs Asanovich. And, but did he intentionally? Did he throw his arm out? In a bang play with us being this far, I can't tell. but he certainly stood his ground there. And Asanovich, showing some life there, came across the bag and went directly to him. And, talked about his
exchanged pleasantries.
Yes, and now we're seeing it across the board as Coach Bo at first, and Eric Groves.
Coach Grove has something to say.
Yeah, Coach Bartley, and I believe he's been ejected.
Yeah, he has. So Nichols' day is done. Again, I couldn't quite tell what had happened once the ball got away. I was kind of seeing where the baseball went, and then heard, obviously a big reaction from the Martinsburg crowd. Right. And for a second, I was like, did the ball hit Asanovich? Because I couldn't quite tell. And I was like,
we actually just saw a replay from our YouTube stream there. Spencer pulled it up, and I was able to see what happened. So the ball sailed away from Nichols over there at first, and as he was coming back down, he took his forearms like this and just kind of shoved them right to Asanovich, who hit the deck real hard. It was almost like a football tackle, and Asanovich didn't like that very much.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
No, so you got someone's come in to right as Ruas has come to first. Is it number 4 has come in? Owen Benchoff?
Looks like it, yeah.
So maybe Benchoff has come into Michael's spot, Nichols' spot. Nichols last inning, who one swing of the bat just about took this lead in half.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
So I believe we do have a defensive change too. It looks like 24 stayed in to catch, didn't he?
Yes, Connor Quinn stayed in a quick catch after coming in for Sosa.
And so what you are seeing here, of course, is, you want to say the bleed over from last year, but you're definitely seeing the rivalry play out here. And we're just glad that Asanovich isn't hurt, through this and what didn't become a injured or a victim of the rivalry, I'd say. But so we're going to play here again. We're going to move runners. The corners are up here as we're going to play the defense up a little.
Canby shows bunt, but it goes foul. Asanovich now standing at second base.
So Wilt's come back in to run for the catcher here.
Yep. Canby at the plate, good speed. As we mentioned, Hedgesville expecting bunt. It looked like Canby was trying to do it, and obviously that makes sense. No outs in the inning. If you can get the runner over to third with maybe only one out, even with Canby's speed, that could be a hit, though.
Yeah, and the second baseman's going to have to get there if he gets up to first baseline.
Bunt toward the pitcher, Matthew.
And that was it, problem.
Throws
he double-clutched on that throw, though. That was,
could have been.
And I think he had to wait on the second baseman to get settled, to get there. It was going to be certainly going to be a track and field meet to get to between Canby and second baseman getting in the first, and Canby was motoring down that line.
If the bunt does its job, it advances the runner Wilt over to third.
Asanovich now at third.
Wilt, he's
Wilt,
pitch runner.
Wilt, yeah, that's right.
So Hudson Clement back to the top of the order, 1 out. Ball the outfield can score Wilt if it's hit deep enough on a tag. And a good guy at the plate to be there in this situation, Hudson Clement. Pitch to Clement, swing and miss on off-speed pitch.
Nice pitch. Going right after him there.
Yeah, I like the stuff that Tanner Matthews provided out of the bullpen for this Hedgesville team. And besides some defensive errors, they got to be pretty happy with their pitching tonight.
Yeah, they have to be really happy with their fight, when you're the underdog, as Hedgesville is this year, as Martinsburg was last year, they changed places. They're playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, like we're not going to back down, and you have to like that. You don't want to see collisions and any a violent collision or things like that, of course, which without seeing the replay can't really tell exactly what's happened.
Clement with the chopper toward third. Bob fires the first in time for the out. But again, a sacrifice there for Hudson Clement as Wilt comes in to score from third and extend the Bulldog lead out to 7-3. So get that lead back to 4, and now a guy that's been swinging a hot bat to start this year, Landon Sifford, coming to the plate, but no runners on the base paths. 2 outs, too. Sifford nearly went deep last time up. Hit off the top of the wall for a 2 RBI double.
You got a 4-run lead and nobody on and 2 outs. he might try to muscle up here maybe.
Yeah.
I think he's thinking.
Especially if he gets ahead in the count as he does here, 1-0 count.
Yeah.
He's made good contact again tonight. This one might be his, hit.
1-0 to Sifford. Hit high.
There you go.
Into left center, but not very far.
Got that one, yeah.
Gano is underneath of it for the final out of the inning, but the Dogs do get a run across the board. It's now 7-3 Martinsburg as we head to the 7th inning and see if Hedgesville has a rally or if the Bulldogs can close the door. This is West Virginia High School Baseball, Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Avery Newport, and Tripp here on the call.
Looks like Joe Paulson's ended the night as we see Caleb Edwards taking the warm-up tosses here. We can kind of close the door on that on Paulson with 97 pitches. He threw 6 complete, give up 3 hits, 3 runs. Only 1 was earned. Struck out 7, and he walked 3. Of his 97 pitches, 58 were strikes, so that was a great first outing. He may have went a little higher in the pitch count than they had hoped for, but he did have a little bit extended inning last inning, which kind of brought that pitch count up a bit. But again, he's been a guy who's been able to go long early, in the past, so don't think he'll be any worse for the wear throughout the season. But so now we've got Caleb Edwards in there, see if he can close it out, and a couple of defensive changes. It looks like maybe Wilt out and right, I believe, which brings Morris to first.
Yeah, looks like it.
Paulson to the...
Yeah, I believe Wilt's out there.
I think
hard to see it from up here, but...
It's those numbers that Matt Miller was talking about when you have black jerseys and black numbers and you can't see.
Yep.
So
our pitching changes brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Spencer rides with them, so you should too. And in this 7th inning, Hedgesville will need to rally down 4 at 7-3. Edwards looking to close things out for the Martinsburg Bulldogs and get Martinsburg to 2-0 on the season. Pitch from Edwards, a bunt attempt from Gano goes foul. So trying to get that speed on to begin the inning.
Gano struck out twice in this game. Both times he struck out swinging, so...
Yeah.
Struggled to make contact with the ball today.
Martinsburg's got a 4-run lead. Got their Coach Bowler calls this his 1-1. He won't label Caleb or Paulson, either one, his ace or his #1, and likely and probably well earned because both are put up very similar numbers and both can get it done on any given day in the EPAC here.
A big swing and a miss. Strikeout #3 on Gano. 3rd time swinging as Edwards just threw the heat, lost the hat on the pitch as well.
Yeah, look at the intensity from that pitch, man. I mean, his hat went flying.
Yeah, you didn't see as much of that last year, but he certainly has a little swag with him this year, and worked hard in the off season.
That one hit hard toward first. Morris scoops it, steps on the bank for out #2. So Martinsburg's 1 out away from getting this big sectional win over Hedgesville in a 7-3 ball game. It's Connor grounding out there.
Seeing
Bub coming to the plate.
Seeing that intensity is kind of reminiscent of what we seen out of Raleigh Valdez last year. Jefferson, who was very intent on the mound, and it's a little different look for Edwards this year, but.
Caleb Edwards delivers that pitch in there for a strike.
He has really, his body has changed a bit. He's strengthened up. He's gotten stronger. Lost some of that weight in the midsection, and he's really fired up. Picked up some velocity, and he's got the adrenaline pumping at the moment. Looking for this big win here on Friday night.
0-1 count on Bub. Next pitch hit hard, but foul.
He knows he's got his hands full with number 5 here. Doesn't matter the score to him. He's going up there swinging, and he's going to get his hacks.
0-2 count as Edwards picks up the rosin bag, puts it back down, and now looks into his catcher, Sanovich. The 0-2 pitch to Bub, outside for a ball. Good job by Riley Bub to let that one go. That's a tough pitch to lay off.
Another hitter who tracks the ball well. He tracked that pitch all the way to the catcher's glove, and that tells you they're seeing the baseball well.
Edwards looks in on the 1-2 count, and time called.
Smart on Riley's part. He knows Edwards' adrenaline's pumping. He wants to go fast, so Riley's going to slow him down. And
7-3 lead for Martinsburg. The pitch from Edwards, fouled away down the right field line. And out of play.
Doing a good job of keeping this at bat alive, not letting this game end.
No, Bub's hands are fast enough that if Edwards sneaks a fastball in his power, where he can get a hold of it, Bub's going to make contact, I believe. Could make me a liar, but
1-2, 2 away. Edwards again throws it, and again Bub lays off that outside pitch.
Trying to get him to chase here to close this one out. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get him into a potential walk situation.
Well, 2 away and a 4-run lead. A walk would be better than some substantial damage. 2-2 pitch. Again, Bub that time fouling that outside pitch away as Edwards trying to get him.
It's a great at bat, letting following those curveballs away, soften away out of the zone, and then fighting off those outside pitches, looking for his, he's already worked what we would call a quality at bat, seeing 5 or 6 pitches here and a couple with 2 strikes.
2-2 with 2 away. Martinsburg looking to close this one out. The pitch from Edwards in the dirt and outside for ball 3. So Bub has worked it to a full count after getting behind 0-2.
So Bub, now you think he's sitting dead red fastball here? Because if he lays it in there, you're going to find it over there.
I think it's a little bit risky if you try with an off speed here. You're going to try and end it right here instead of getting Bub to chase. He hasn't really gone for anything outside of the zone.
Pitch from Edwards. Hit hard up the middle. That would be a base hit for Riley Bub, a well-earned base hit.
He's a very tough out.
Tremendous at bat.
He's going to be a tough out all year long for anybody. He's going to be, like I said earlier in the broadcast, I think he's going to end up in one of the top tiers of the batting average in the EPAC when it's all said and done. So, it's certainly Caleb, he pitched hard, pitched around, and finally had to give in at 3-2, and Bub he kept him in the ballpark, kept him to a single. So,
and he's reached safely in all 4 at bats he's had.
Ruess fouls that one away.
He's only had 2 base hits, but he's reached on.
What was his stats in Handley? What did he do? Do we know what he did in Handley?
I don't think they posted the box score for that one, so wasn't able to get that before the game. But 2 for 4 at bat there. I'm sure in a 14-3 game, I'm sure he did some damage. Edwards looks back. Ruess at the plate. The pitch hit hard toward third, and it will go foul. Lupus trying to track it down. So 0-2 count here on Jackson Ruess with 2 away, and Edwards is a guy that throws a lot of heat. So
that at bat with Bub is big because it did take some of the the adrenaline pumping out of Edwards, and it's good for Edwards too because it brings you back in his game, forcing you to get back and pitch, and not just try to throw the ball by someone.
Ruess hits it, chopper toward third. Lupus fields it cleanly, throws the first, got away from him. Bub is going to round third and score easily. Ruess into second, and Hedgesville not going away quite yet.
There goes the ball.
And again, the ball got away, but Martinsburg there to back it up.
It went out of play. So it went completely out of play from the throw.
So that will advance Ruess from second to third on the out of play throw. And all of a sudden things getting interesting again between these two teams. It will make it a 7-4 ball game, 2 away in the inning. But Hedgesville has the middle of its order at the plate.
So now you have 2 errors on 1 play. You have the throw, then the throw back that gets away. So, and that's big. That's Riley Bubs at bat is huge right there. You know, to not give up with 2 outs and nobody on, to just try to light the fire there, try to stay within himself, and you know, get that ground ball base hit. Next thing you know, now they're sitting at 7-4 with a man on third. 1 swing away from making this a 1-run ball game. So
Rest standing at third, and Kimball coming to the plate. And if Kimball's able to reach, how big is it that Nichols got tossed? Because I mean, he's almost went deep earlier, and if he were able to come to the plate in a 7-4 game and 2 guys on,
yeah,
and that's
it would
a
be
huge
big
situation. But obviously, Kimball would have to get on first.
So we're having a little break here, and I look over in the dugout, and then as I see Caden DeLauder in there. He had surgery today on his elbow, and his little brother pitched tonight, so it's good to see him up and moving around and at the ballpark. And you can see him over at that sling. Hopefully we can get him back on the field next year and back in the Eagle uniform contributing. He would have been a big bat tonight for the Eagles had he been healthy.
Owen Benchoff is on deck. Kimball at the plate. The pitch taken for a ball. So 1-0 count.
As a coach, you want to go out there and glue that hat to his head as it keeps falling off.
Up a little bit, right?
Yeah, as Edwards keeps losing his hat.
Swing and a miss on that pitch. 1-1 count.
After getting 2 outs on the first 2 batters he's faced here, you're really hoping that Edwards kind of keeps his composure here.
The 1-1 pitch just outside for a ball, 2-1.
It was a very similar situation to sectionals last year in the first game when when Martinsburg was facing elimination. They got up 4 or 5 runs on Hedgesville out there, and Hedgesville come roaring back with a couple outs.
That one hits the inside part of the plate for strike 2.
And nearly brought that game all the way back and won the section. Was a hit away from winning the section, and Martinsburg holds on. So Hedgesville can show fight. The coaching staff won't let them give up, and to see this young group continue to fight here, knowing that they are, when it comes to experience, and knowing they're the underdog tonight, but just continue to have that fire and life, and their leader Riley Bubb, I think they're going to do well this season.
The 2-2 with 2 away is hit hard into right field. It's a 7-5 ball game as Rest will score from third, and Kimball give him the RBI.
And here's a situation you talked about. It could have been Mike Nichols up there with an opportunity, to tie this ball game up with a swing. And not to say that Owen couldn't do it, of course, but certainly
Nichols has a little bit more power.
Certainly has a little more power, a little more experience at this level from last year, and he could have possibly been a game changer there. Let's see if Owen can.
Benchoff takes that one right down the middle for strike 1.
His stance is off the plate there a little bit, which is, he needs to get up there and get after it. Now he's leaning in.
Next pitch. Takes a swing on a pitch inside for strike 2. So 7-5 Martinsburg. Runner on first for the Eagles. 0-2 count, 2 away.
Big spot here for a young fella.
The pitch. High for ball number 1. 1-2 count. Benchoff trying to fight at the plate and keep this comeback alive for Hedgesville with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, young man's in a big spot here.
That pitch high for ball number 2.
Good look. Having a good at bat. Owen was 0 for 2 in the JV game, so he's getting double duty here tonight. So he is a swing player. And right out of the gate here in the first EPAC or sectional game of the year, here he stands with as the tying run here.
2-2 count, just missed outside and low for ball number 3.
Either way, I think.
It's a really good frame
right
by
on the lower
Asanovich.
corner there. Could have been.
I think the pitch did miss, though. It's a good frame by Asanovich.
3 straight balls here thrown now by Edwards.
I don't think Benchoff would have. I think he was letting Jeff make the decision on whether he was going back or going to the dugout or going to the box.
3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Edwards gets the strikeout, and Martinsburg wins the first sectional game of the year to improve to 2-0. 7-5 over Hedgesville. A great ball game and a good effort by the Eagles to come back. And what was 2 great pitching performances early, some errors allowed some runs, but the offense coming alive late, and it looks like these 2 teams are going to be competitive all year.
So we see golf.
We will take a 2-minute break, and when we return, we'll have the Palace Lounge post-game show. This West Virginia High School baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Thought you had me off.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the Ridgeline's maker. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the Postgame show. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Cody's Auto Body, Laddie's Bar and Grill, Trips Flooring, The Mortgage Center, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, the Heffley Motor Company, the Palace Lounge, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Milestone Realty, and by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers.
So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
The field to get head coach Aaron Byler here in just a few moments. But this is the Palace Lounge post-game show. The Palace Lounge is located on Edward Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Kind of take a look back at the scoring in this one. Martinsburg got on the board in that first inning after Hudson Clement drew a walk and then came all the way around to score to give the Bulldogs the 1-0 lead at that point. And in the second inning, something similar happened as Zittle drew a walk, a sacrifice bunt advanced him, and then another error led to Zittle scoring to make it 2-0 Martinsburg after 2 innings. Hedgesville, though, would rally back, but that would come in the fourth, as in the third. Pair of strikeouts for the Eagles in that third inning, but in the third for Martinsburg, they would also go scoreless. In the fourth inning, the Eagles would start that rally back as Bum got on with a single. Rest reached on an error, and then another error, as 3 straight errors led to Hedgesville tying things up at 2. But Martinsburg in the bottom of the fourth kind of blew the game open as they were able to score on a pass ball, a few stolen bases, a few more errors, leading to some runs for the Bulldogs to make it, at the time, 6-2 Martinsburg. And then In the 5th inning, the Eagles go scoreless. The Bulldogs can't score as well. 6th inning, Martinsburg adding to the lead, heading into the 7th with a 7-5 lead before Hedgesville puts up 2 runs in the 7th, or 7-3 lead, and then 2 runs in the 7th by Hedgesville to make things interesting at 7-5 trip. But ultimately, Martinsburg gets the win and closes things out.
Yeah, I think Martinsburg, I think their pitching, Paulson and Edwards both, held their ground there and it pitched well. I think you're going to hear Aaron Ballard talk about the errors, that left the door open and give Hedgesville an opportunity. I think you're going to hear, Eric, and if you were to talk to him in post-game talk about, that I think he'll be happy with the fight that's in the Eagles this year, the young team knowing they're an underdog, but also he's not going to be tremendously happy with some of the errors that they made as well, called in the leadoff walk. So it wasn't let's just say it wasn't a pretty game. It was certainly ugly at times, and but Martinsburg definitely took the opportunity to the chances that they scored when Hedgesville made mistakes, and Hedgesville left a few runners out there, didn't quite get the 2-out base hits that they needed at times, and then they had that costly ejection there when Mike Nichols made a huge mistake there, took himself out of the game, and then it ended up being coming down to his at bat that ended the game.
All right, that was our game summary brought to you by Farmer and Mechanics Insurance Company. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they trusted, reliable experience. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. We'll now send it down to Avery Newport with head coach Aaron Byler.
All right, Nick, thank you. I'm here with Martinsburg head coach Aaron Byler. Coach, a bit of a scare there towards the end. Hedgesville scored a couple runs late. What were you thinking going into that last frame?
Well, I didn't like how we handled a couple different situations all game long, that 7th inning being one of them. We just have to be better than that. We let our emotions get the best of us a little bit. We didn't catch the ball at times where we make the routine play. So we just have to we let the game, we let the atmosphere be a little bit bigger than it needed to be tonight. But at the end of the day, we're still happy with the win.
And speaking of a win, it's a win against Hedgesville, a sectional rival of yours, a team you beat to win the sectional championship last year. How does it feel to see that team for the first time this year and get a win?
Well, I mean, anytime they come to town or we go there, I've told you guys this in our pregame interview, that if they're wearing blue and gold, it doesn't matter what we're playing. We want to beat them every single time. So that feels good.
Your starting pitching and your relief pitching tonight was excellent. Your defense kind of gave up a little bit there, but starting pitching overall was great. What are your thoughts on how your pitchers did tonight?
Joe Paulson, probably threw a couple more pitches than I wanted him to throw. If there's a guy that we were going to let do that, it was Joe, because he's kind of does the best with his arm care, and he's been throwing all off season. I thought Caleb came in and did a nice job, but we got to clean up our defense. We're not going to be very good if we can't make plays behind them.
You got a doubleheader tomorrow right here at P.O. Faulkner against Petersburg. What are your thoughts about that team going into tomorrow's doubleheader?
Well, it's just like I told them in the post-game huddle, that sometimes it's hard to get up. You play tonight in front of all these people, and you come here tomorrow at 10 a.m. and there might be 50 people. So it's a lot different atmosphere, but good teams get up for that game, and hopefully we'll see if we're a good team and get up for it or not.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Avery, as kind of give you now the game stats, and thanks to head coach Aaron Byler for joining us here on the Palace Lounge post-game show. Martinsburg gets 6 innings of work from Paulson, giving up 3 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned, 7 strikeouts, and then Edwards closes it out with his 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs. Scored there by Hedgesville in the inning, so a total of 5 hits on the day for the Eagles. The Bulldogs score 7 runs in the ball game on 4 hits and get the win. DeLauder starts the game, goes 4 innings, 2 hits, 5 runs, but only 1 earned, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. Matthew giving up 2 runs in his 2 innings of work. And Martinsburg improving to 2-0, while Hedgesville will fall to 1-1 in this 7-5 victory. Those are your game stats brought to you by Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. We'll take our final 2-minute break here on the Palace Lounge postgame show. When we come back with the player of the game, and then we'll send it to Colin. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
We welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin here on the Palace Lounge postgame show. Donald Kinney, our camera operator this evening. Spencer Dupuis, the on-site producer, and also Avery Newport was on with us for the majority of the broadcast. And we'll get into now our WVU Medicine player of the game. Trip, who you got?
I got Joe Paulson. I think he held his ground, kept his mound presence when it seemed like everything was falling apart there. That inning where there was multiple, I think 4 errors, and he just, a lot of guys at his age, in this atmosphere, like Coach Ballard said, you'll get the best of them, and it might have got the best of 8 of the 9 players out there, but it didn't get the best of Joe as the crowd started to rattle and the game tightened up. Joe just buttoned down, continued to do what he does, and that's control what he can control. And when the balls were flying around and the outs that he was giving his fly balls, he was giving his defense a chance to make outs, and they weren't making them. And a lot of times you'll see a pitcher fall apart at that point, or they'll lose their composure, but not Joe. He hung in there, and that's been his MO. And like I said earlier, like Coach Fowler said earlier, probably if there's one guy who can handle a little bit of a longer early outing, it's Joe. With his off-season work and his last summer work, off-season work, preseason work, he was ready to go right out of the gate. He doesn't need weeks and weeks to get ready. So hats off to Joe, player of the game, and also you can't not credit him for being able to go deeper in this game tonight for all his work.
Yeah, he did well and got the win and helped the Bulldogs improve to 2-0 on the season with a 7-5 win over Hedgesville. Hedgesville going to 1-1. So that is our WVU Medicine player of the game. WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. So that does it for us. Again, Martinsburg in the win column to improve it to 2-0. We'll have the game for you tomorrow as the Bulldogs have a doubleheader tomorrow, and that should be interesting in that matchup. Again, more baseball, so they'll have to see how that pitching depth can go, and doubleheader will probably have to use a lot more guys than they did tonight. But That one begins, first pitch for the first game is at noon, so we'll be on the air around 11:40, and the second game scheduled for around 2, but be about 30 minutes after the first game. That does it here for us. So for Donald Kenny, Spencer Dupuis, Avery Newport, Trip Tobin, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Colin McLaughlin is next with the Modern Realty Results Postgame Scoreboard Show.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Need help learning how to manage your diabetes or nutrition education? The registered dietitians and certified diabetes educators at WVU Medicine will work with you to create a personalized plan to help you achieve your health and wellness goals. The diabetes and nutrition education team at WVU Medicine are certified experts in diabetes education, nutrition education, and diabetes self-care. The Diabetes and Nutrition Education Center, a department of Berkeley Medical Center, is located on Tavern Road in Martinsburg. For more info, call 304-596-6839.
Welcome into the Scoreboard Show. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 as your post-game Scoreboard Show brought to you by Modern Realty Results. Larry DeMarco and his experienced team handle each and every transaction with honesty and integrity. Visit them at modernrealtyresults.com. The first game of the EPAC season for the Martinsburg Bulldogs is a win against the Hedgesville Eagles. Final score, Martinsburg 7, Hedgesville 5. The Bulldogs improved to 2-0 on the season here early in the year as they won on Wednesday 27-2 against East Hardy, now picking up a win against their rival in Hedgesville. Hedgesville now 1-1. Let's now get into some other scores from around the EPAC. Jefferson got a 4-0 win today against Highland View Academy there in Virginia, and Musselman gets the 3-1 win over Spring Mills. Some high school basketball going on right as we speak down in Charleston at the state tournament, and it's Jefferson in action. 3:54 to go in the third quarter. This is the undefeated Jefferson Cougars need one more win to make it to the state championship where Morgantown awaits. And right now, Jefferson's losing 43-34 against Parkersburg South. Morgantown got the win earlier. As I said, they're already in the state championship game. That will take place tomorrow. They beat South Charleston 58-42. Now, what everybody loves here in March and what you'll hear on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 at the conclusion of this. Excuse me, not TV10, just WRNR. My apologies. Iowa State currently leads LSU in the NCAA men's college basketball tournament, 50-47. UAB The 12 seed currently losing to the 5 seed, Houston, 24-13 with 11:05 to go in the first half. 8:57 to go in half number 1, and it's a tie ball game between the 7 and 10 seeds in Michigan State and Davidson, respectively. And some final scores from today's games in March Madness. Texas Tech gets the win against Montana State, 97-62. Purdue gets the win against Yale, 78-56. Villanova gets the 80-60 win against Delaware. Number 10, Miami, knocks off number 7, USC, 68-66. Number 2, Auburn beats Jacksonville State, 80-61. Ohio State beats Loyola Chicago, 54-41. Number 11, Notre Dame, after being in a play-in game to get that 11th seed there in the first 4, they upset number 6, Alabama, 78-64. Number 6, Texas beats Virginia Tech. The ACC champion goes down. Final score 81-73. Illinois comes back, hangs on to not get upset as they were the 4 seed taking on the 13 seed Chattanooga. Final score Illinois 54, Chattanooga 53. Duke doing what Duke does best in March, and that is dominate. 78-61 win for the Blue Devils against CSU Fullerton. And number 1, Arizona against the win against Wright State, 87-70. Another game that will be tipping off here in about 20 minutes. It's number 3, Wisconsin, taking on number 14, Colgate, and that's the game that I said might be an upset. That's what I got in my bracket, so hopefully that comes true. Just tipping off, Seton Hall and TCU on True TV. Capitals in overtime, about to go into shootout because there's 10 seconds left according to ESPN, and that's usually behind. It is tied up at 3 apiece between the Washington Capitals and Carolina Hurricanes there in the NHL. Let's now look at the NBA. Final score just going final. The Washington Wizards tried to come back in the second half, just come up short against the New York Knicks. Final score, Knicks 100, Wizards 97. So the Wizards now 29-39 on the year. Kuzma, though, and Porzingis, 18 points each. But nonetheless, it's a loss. So that's going to wrap things up here. Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Glad you stayed with us throughout this entire game. And I hope you listen in or watch, whichever you prefer, tomorrow. Martinsburg against Petersburg. Double-header action there at P.O. Faulkner. I'll be on the call for game number 1. Alongside me will be our intern, Avery Newport. Pregame show at 11:40 on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, as well as our WRNR TV YouTube page. And then game 2 will follow at the conclusion of game 1. It'll be Spencer Dupuis on the call for that one. I will be alongside him for that game. Again, final score, Martinsburg 7, Hedgesville 5. Until tomorrow at 11:40 in the morning. Have a good night, everyone. Sleep tight, because we're going to be right back at it tomorrow.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Kent Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Modern Realty Results, and the Skinner Law Firm.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.